Hello! How are we all doing? You'll have to let me know how the quality looks because I've upped the bitrate, so I don't know if that's going to be the best at the moment. So if you're seeing any issues, do let me know. But hopefully that should be fixing some of the issues with some of the recordings. But if the bitrate's too high for the stream, I can lower it to try and fix that. But hopefully I did a test recording that seemed to be working a little bit better. But how are we all doing? We're going to be looking to continue where we left off. I've updated the spreadsheet with some new things for people that mostly just follow the streams. And yes, I've updated some new builds. Obviously, the Cabela build went out today. We found a couple of new Blade Dancer builds that were very good. Hello, do announce the stream, Abelard. But yes, if you're seeing any quality issues, do let me know. We'll just have to hopefully adjust. And I have no idea how to set the play previews on. So where were we? Ah, yes, I was deciding what to do with Jay. So Jay is a very interesting little beast now, isn't she just? Because with the changes, Jay is great at everything. So she can be a very good master tactician. She can be a very good servo skill user. However, that's what I'm going to be building into on my Commissar. So not sure what to build her as, in all honesty, this time around. Especially because a lot of her gear I might want to steal later. Well, the video on her is going to be based on her Overseer. So I might build her into Master Tactician for this one, just so we have that going up. Streams fine mind, however, mainly watching the phone, so resolution doesn't affect me much. Cool. Hopefully we're not seeing any latency issues or anything for everyone else. Let's do Master Tactician. So if I do pop her in, it'll be all about that. Because, yeah, you can now stack Perception to Aldari pistols on crit. So stuff like any Aldari weapons are actually going to be very strong for her if you build in for that. Anyone else needs to level up? Nope.
May the Exalted One protect you. Have you grown bored without our little talk, Shireen?
Stream fine on PC. Nice. Any advice for some Act 2 pistols? Feels like they are hurting a bit with anything wearing armor. Maybe I need to start using las pistols. It depends what pistols are you using. Because obviously the Hotshot las pistol here has 35% armor pen. I'm using Hive World, so because of that, I already have an extra 5% armor pen for physical pistols. Yeah, it really depends. Are you using physical, using solid, or using faux hammers? Because faux hammers should, the shotgun ones should be doing some nice little things as well. Just making sure that there's nothing left to buy. Nice. Solid. It's the one from the rep. Let me see which one it is. Yeah, the one from the Pirates. Yeah, it's the same one I'm using at the moment. Which is the Orthodox Stub Revolver. But yeah, my one's going to have 20% armor pen because I'm using it with Hive World. It's shocking. Hive World's useful now. But I can barely believe it myself. Anything else that we picked up there? Ah, yes, shields. That's the auger. Cool. No, it's next. You don't have it yet. Oh, have I not picked up yet? Let me have a little quick look then. So the one you're talking about, the auto pistol. Yeah, that's good. That's good rate of fire, but it is low armor pen. I see what you mean now. I can't get it yet. But yeah, the problem is it's going to be the armor pen for you. So I'm going to have 10%. You're going to have 5%. A way to help with that will be obviously if you can get what was it, Fatebringer from Diviner. The one that gives you extra armor pen when you buff allies. That would be a good way to do that. If not, you're going to need to start arm stripping with your operatives. Melter pistols, the Inferno one in the prologue is good, and you don't need any talents for that, but then you don't get an upgrade until Act 4, so you can't really focus on Inferno pistols. They're too far and few between. You can get one in Act 2, but that's the same as the prologue one, but with one less ability. And the final endgame one that you get in Act 5 around the time you do Orpha's last personal quest, that one's really good, but the game's over by the time you can use it. But yeah, they do have low capacity. There's a lot of issues that you have with low capacity on some stuff, so portative manipulator becomes quite important for many companions. Actually, on that point, who is using the portative manipulator on my team, or have I not picked it up yet? Because Pascal's probably going to want that. Have I not bought it yet? Who sells that? Did this get moved in the vendor? It's not you. It is Explorators. I just need more rep. Yeah, I need 30 rep for it. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. But just making sure I'm not crazy. Yeah, loving the build, was curious. Yeah, it's just one of those things. You're gonna struggle a little bit with armor pen unless you're a soldier, because then obviously you can just build into the las pistols and do very high rate of fire. Another alternative, just if you're struggling with armor pen, you just swap on the negotiator pistol. It is las, but obviously each shot will apply melting, so that's one way to get armor off for everyone. Can't remember, did we have stuff left to do on Footfall? Yes, we still had rot left to do. I like this party. This looks strong. Yeah, for non-soldiers, portative manipulator is pretty much best in slots. Same with anyone using dual pistols. It's obviously pair holster. Everyone's fighting over pair holster. Commissar leading the charge. Yep. That's a good build. Alright, so have they opened up here yet? No, not yet. I need to leave full to open that because I came... I announced my arrival, which means I'll be able to get into that sooner. If you go incognito, you can't get in there until you save it from with the stuff from Genus. Alright, we're going into the Dark Hideout. So this combat, you really need to kill the minions before you can take out the main dude. I still cannot decide which is the best way to approach this encounter, because obviously you can either come in from the main side here, but it leaves you quite open and quite far away from the combat. So if you're a range heavy party, this is probably the best, and I'm a bit of a mix. But then over here, if you're a melee heavy party, but because I'm a range heavy party, I'm going to go this way. This might not be the best approach, but... because you could also come from here and get a shot across. But I don't want to be too close to him because obviously all his melee stuff. Hey, just want to thank you for all your time that you put into resources of the game. Made a lot of use of them during my various playthroughs. No, you're very welcome. I'm hoping before the Dark Heresy Alpha, I'll be able to get some more information from the design team, do a little interview with them, and possibly collab some other YouTubers to get some information out early. I've heard rumors about what they might be doing by giving you build paths. So kind of like how, do you know you get subtypes and sub-archetypes in Dungeons & Dragons at 3rd level? They might be doing something similar to that for Dark Heresy, but not confirmed yet. Not confirmed at all. I have so many officers, both of these guys. As much as I like Cabela, I don't want her right down there at the start. Okay, we'll keep her up here. A-Blood's, it's free to take some hits. Ooh, Toughsing hurts.
Be careful not to cross my gaze.
Okay, let's try to stack up some of these guys for Abelard. Alright. It's looking good.
I am a navigator.
Okay,
not a
that will
servitor.
give him some defenses. We will set up some
Me?
dodge reduction
If
for
you
Pascal.
insist, Lord Captain.
And I'm going to set up some overpen down here for Argenta, because that's where I'm planning to move her. Now, A-Blood may end up having to be doing most of the work in this encounter, so I'm actually going to buff him up first. Right,
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
let's get his defenses online. Yeah, just in case.
I will do my duty. Victory is
Cool. So yeah, his defenses are going to be up now. I hope they'll make something like Mythic Paths, but very little less influential for obvious reasons. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think they might have subtypes going on, but that will remain to be seen. Alright, so Argenta's going to get her turn. I forgot I don't have Reckless Rush yet. I thought I already had Reckless Rush. Okay, so who's going first? Bodyguard, Bodyguard. Okay, so a lot of these guys are going up next. Oh, this could be bad placement.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Don't mind, I am actually going to move her back a little bit. These guys are all range heavy too. 55, 59.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone.
Crippled them a little bit. Okay, A-Blood's taking shots, that's good. Ooh, I had a feeling they would go for Argenta. Damn. Okay. Oh, I don't have any medikits on Kibella. But I do for Pascal, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine.
As the tenets
Okay, let's step from above into here. That's good. We can proc some charges from that. We can do that, and we can still have our blade dance.
brings me no pleasure. A dance
So if
of
we move here,
blood and shadow.
blade dance, yep. Then jump here to hit these two. Oh, he dodges. He dodges. We've got one more jump, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful. Let's go back here.
The other side
Cool, we
awaits.
hit one of them. This is risky, because obviously I've left her out in the open, and she's going to have all of her dodge gone. So this is the point where you can be like, oh no, because I did the thing, and I didn't think to use the stim to recall her back up to here. Ugh. We went for it. Hopefully he goes to A-Blood. Right, he didn't want to attack, so he couldn't get away from Cabela, which is good. One thing I am going to do, I do need to heal Argenta, otherwise she will go down. Alright,
Blessed be
so
the hand of the healer.
we can obviously take out our shots here, but I am also going to try and get my Birdo in. Do we want to set, let's set up its obstruct. Nice. Bird coming in doing some damage. Alright, so he parried the bird, but the bird is in play. So if we shoot him, that should move the lightning over to him if we hit. Unfortunately, because we had to heal, we can't set up our sniper position. But bam, bam, bam. Good, 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 good. And then bird soars off. Away it goes. Okay, so now we can put buffs onto Argenta.
and so shall it be done.
Right, and we will move her into a better position. Ah, there's a chap here. Right, you're gone. There's these chaps here of Cabela. So let's start by getting our friend here.
Through me, be the fire in
So
my
it
heart.
shall be done.
Very nicely we can Reverend Slaughter. I do want to keep that running gun, actually. Ooh, that's actually better than I was expecting.
As the
The momentum is actually going to allow for a finest hour.
May my wrath be thy undoing.
I'll
start with burst fire.
Can escape the
Nice.
Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the
We'll be able
weak.
to get a running gun back. Okay, now, is there going to be a good place for cover here? Not particularly that we can get a good line of sight without obviously beaning Abelard. But we can move over to here. So let's
Guided by
get her here. Let's build some versatility.
faith without deeds is worthless.
Actually, we don't want to hit the Kingpin first. We want to hit the allies first.
Strike is a
Alright,
prayer.
you're cleared.
I'll do it.
We shoot you. We miss you. But these are the last two enemies.
As the
I
Emperor
am actually going to
commands, I
stim
act.
here. Cool. Got him. Just down to the Kingpin.
Doubt is for the weak. As the you, my
Fantastic damage. Argenta, we might actually one-turn this encounter. Right, I'm going to move my Commissar up. Have to catch stream. Hello! Sorry, I wasn't checking that. I hope they had some filler fights from Act 1. Cass, I hate replaying them. Baldur's Gate 3 handles that better with, like, almost zero filler encounters. True. We'll have to see what they do with Dark Heresy. But, yep, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. I think I'm okay with them making Blade Dancer more of a glass cannon. They could room wipe even in Act 2. They still can. They still can. A mixed attacker's viable this patch. Viable, they were always viable, but they are better this patch, though they have no direct design for it. Oof.
It will be done.
God damn it. Fuck you.
Back and call.
I misplayed that. I really thought I was going to one-turn it, but I scuffed it.
I'll do
Oh
it.
well. Whatever. Two-turn it is. Ugh, the scrub. I think, Smithlander, you can now see in the combat log yourself for how deflection is applied before armor. Okay, let's have...
Mortal flesh means nothing.
So, yeah, you did mention that you felt like they had changed it. So let's have a look at one of our little shots here. So, so you've got your armor, your base, and your effective armor, and we are not seeing any deflection in here. Let's check a different one. Okay, first we need to find an enemy that has deflection. I will check when we find an enemy with deflection. So one of the things that 1.5 changed is if you don't have armor being applied, it won't show in the combat log. The same with deflection. If deflection is not being applied, it won't show in the combat log now. Which why earlier I thought arc rifles were ignoring it. Yeah, if you want to jump into the Discord, put the screenshot in there and I can check it there. Yeah, because that's useful for me to open it, because we can check that. I have not set up Discord link. Let me get that. Invite people. Let's see if I can get the main invite link. Actually, wait. I think it might be on the YouTube side of things. Let me check. I believe this is the active Discord one. I really should set up a thing for that. For now, I will pin that message so people can see it, and I will do the same on the YouTubes, even though it's in the description. Pinned. Yes, that's better of me. Will expire, but this works. Oh, the one you put in. Oh, no, it caught you. But yes, it would be good to see that, because if they've changed where deflection's stacking, that would be quite interesting. God damn it, Argenta. Took another debuff. Ah, adrenaline warbirds. Ah, that's the point. Did I put on... I did not put any boots on. So apparently the impulse boots are applying to shotguns at the moment. So if that's the case, I might actually pop the impulse boots on Argenta and move the Sororitas boots over to Cassia, because you can abuse the Sororitas boots to get turn 1 finest hour. All you have to do is kill 5 people with Littlest Stare. Pretty doable. When playing the Commissar, should I not bother using it at all costs early? Yes, don't use it early until you have ways to stack some defense. So a really good item to do that is called the Relished Anguish. So you can put this on anyone with knockback. So you can use it on shotguns, and you can use it on like maul users or a Navy officer. What this does is it turns knockback damage into temporary HP. So if you pop that on them, you can then use at all costs safely. Or you kill someone in the back at all costs using summary execution, and you give double the bonus to the entire party and just accept that you gave someone a trauma. But don't worry, trauma kits are much easier to get in Act 2 now. So it's you'll find shooting allies for the memes. It is a playstyle after all. Alright, so we've got the Anvar Chainsword, which is going to be very nice for Cubella. I'll pop that there. I do like them. But yes, a Blade Dancer Navy officer is very strong right now. It basically becomes a swashbuckler build. So when you parry, you attack with the offhand. When you crit with the main hand, you attack with the offhand. It's just silly. There's some weapons that every time you hit, you build debuffs, and it's an incredibly powerful build now on that. I'm currently playing Navy Officer Soldier AM, Sword and Plasma Pistol, and it's all right. Ablar's putting most of the weight now. Yeah, the thing is, if you want to play Sword and Pistol, you need to go Warrior, because Warrior can get benefits from the gun, but Soldier can't get benefits from the sword. It's a weird way. Unless you just use Auto Strike and Parry Sword with Arc Militant to just reload your pistol in their face, parry and counter attack to build versatility, and you're just essentially using the sword for reload abuse. Whereas the other way, you can turn ranged crits into extra strength damage on your melee. So I'm building into Master Tactician, so I believe the second one I get is Reliance. Yep. Then we want Always Ready for our Arc Militants. Blade Dancer, we want Anatomy Expert first, so we get a bunch of hit points. Overseer, I genuinely can't remember what I take first in Overseer. I think it's the unique one, but let me just double check. I have to check my own build here. Thunderbirds, yes. Yeah, disposable analysis. There we go. So now we get extra exploits to use. I'll actually drop this into the Twitch chat as well. These are always linked on the YouTube videos, but obviously it's not as easy to get onto Twitch. I do need to set my Twitch commands. I've been a bit lazy with that. And you will, of course, be Improvised Strategy. Congratulations, the entire Grand Strategist build. But I do think Warrior's a lot better for an offhand plasma pistol. Yeah. Well, fleet combat training is useful for that for Navy Officer, because obviously your melee crits will offhand your gun. If you've got a faux hammer, you'll do a shotgun shot, and if you have a burst only pistol, you'll actually do a burst fire. I really like Sword and Gun Loop and Arc Militant Navy. Yeah, actually, that's what I was just talking about. I do hope, so like I said, there's a very small YouTuber that put out a video which it made a lot of bold claims. And as someone that's spoken to the game designer, I can't confirm any claim that he made in the video. It's on Reddit. I'll have to look up for the link later. But basically, he said something like they're planning to add build paths. So say you're playing Soldier, you can take a build path that allows you to use ballistic skill for melee, so you can do mixed attacker that way. Or you can get running gun instead. Or you can get something that enhances your area damage. So if you wanted to go plasma cannons, you could do that instead. So you'll have very clear different paths that you'll progress into. And you'll get like enhancements that you can add to abilities. Like say you are doing an officer that adds resolve. If you've buffed an ally, every time they get a kill, they'll gain like say 2 resolve, something like that. Obviously they're not, I don't think resolve's actually going to be a stat in Dark Heresy, because I think they're phasing it out. But that's just sort of like an example. So there'll be ways that you can modify abilities, and hopefully that'll make builds even though they're quote unquote dumbing down the system, there's more ways that you'll be able to customize your builds. So if that is their way that they're going to do that, that sounds really good. But like I said, the guy, he had no sources. He was just saying that that's what they're doing. And it felt like it was coming out of thin air because it was a guy with 200 subs who's not in the partner program. There were some claims he made, like there's going to be a new tech priest companion that you can romance, and that's... I have not heard of anything of a tech priest. I know that there's a hidden psyker and sister of battle companion that they haven't officially announced, but like, yeah, the other that's just out of he's just a guy talking stuff. Leeds residents. What's the best Commissar build? Best is subjective. Best is subjective. It really depends on... The best build is the playstyle that you enjoy the most, because either way they both beat the game. So I've done a Commissar Officer Master Tactician, which you could actually make this a Grand Strategist as well. I've done a Soldier Arc Militant dual pistol build, which again you could also make a Bounty Hunter. I've got a Warrior Mixed Attacker Arc Militant, which uses pistol and sword. But if you really wanted to, you could actually just go all in on the Warrior stuff and make it a Vanguard and be a counter attacker, which you can still use offhand pistol, or main hand pistol, should I say. But you just need to use the parry gloves for that. But yeah, there's lots of little things you can do with it. It really does depend, like, how you want to play. Yeah, it's very hard to say definitively like best, because some builds will perform better, but if you win one turn anyway, it's just winning harder, if you get what I mean. So it's always best to roleplay the build you want rather than trying to build for the best. But that's just my personal opinion. That's why I make so many options, because if I didn't believe in options, everything would just be Pyromancer, because I love Pyromancers. I wish to enter the quarantine zone. Coercion. Yep. Yep, I found neutralize the Anvar's Chi. They take fake Xenos there. Managed himself. Yep. Alright, and I don't think I can get anything out of him yet. Yeah, there's no point selling anything. Cool. If that's true, yeah, like I said, it'd be cool if there's a path system. So not quite as like mythic path, but like if there's like build path, because like one of the guys is a Catachan jungle fighter. So the build that I saw, he had a heavy weapon, but then in the next scene I saw him using a knife. So how do you have knife man and heavy gunner? It doesn't line up with the way that what do I need to do in there? Oh, yeah, that's that. But yeah, that doesn't line up with how Rogue Trader allows you to make builds. So if that is possible, that'd be very, very interesting. Like maybe you'll have a precision path, which is where he's done that. Do we have much info on DLC 3 for Rogue Trader yet? I've searched, but it seems pretty official. Yeah, so the only thing we've got on DLC 3 is that they've teased that it's going to be more Necrons and Tombs, and obviously the Season Pass confirms it's to do with the Tombs of Trazen. So it's going to be a bit of that. Oh, he did post a screenshot. Sorry, my bad. Let's have a little look. So it's popped it into general. So let's have a look at what we're seeing here. So with his deflection, so we're seeing, deflection is dropping damage first. So yeah, 20 damage being dropped down to 15. Yeah, that does mean if deflection's applying before armor now, that does mean it's less fire. Now, I think I do have some old damage screenshots laying around. Let me just quickly check here, because I'm pretty sure that that's not how it was. But yeah, that does mean that deflection's stronger early game, slightly weaker late game. But at the same time, I've high stack deflection and had enemies do essentially no damage to me. Let's have a quick little look. So if I go to my pictures, I have many damage screenshots, but let's see if I actually caught one where I show the deflection and armor. So this one's Argent doing a burst. Nope, that's just New endgame damage doesn't show the defenses. 1 on dots damage. No, again, not showing the defenses. Just yeah, I do have some methods to still be hitting 70k dots. Don't worry about that. Just that's for another day. That's for another day. Road trader. Let's see. Have I just been lazy and not got any of the defenses in any of these screenshots? Yeah, here we go. So we've got the base armor and penetration coming here, and obviously we're seeing the reductions here first, but it's not. Let me see if I've got another one that shows where I want to see armor deflection, and before I make any assumption. Apparently I did not capture screenshot in the best place at all for any of my damage stuff on my save files. Well, it doesn't matter. That's how it works now. I'll double check with the devs if that was their intention. I'll just send them a message. It'll be, say, is armor or deflection meant to apply first? Because if deflection applies first, that means it doesn't have much value end game. Whereas if armor applies first, deflection still has quite a bit of value, because you want the main damage riders going first before base damage. But yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, dude. I've been playtesting some end-game stuff that I have not been showing off just yet. Hey there, how the devil are you? Well, I'm doing pretty good. I hope chat on both YouTube and Twitch are doing good. Is there still a lot they can do with Rogue Trader? I doubt that they'll be rot even in Dark Heresy. Oh yeah, obviously there's 2 more DLCs that's going to happen for Rogue Trader after Dark Heresy. So the alpha will go live whilst they're working on 1 DLC. By the time the beta hits, they'll probably be working on the 2nd DLC, and it might even still be after the release of Dark Heresy. So I imagine there'll be a little post support for it. I'm hoping Dark Heresy comes out in a good place, because obviously 1.5 I gave a shit ton of feedback before that went into development, and then I had a month of giving feedback and they adjusted based on it. So if for 1.6 they also do the same and they let me help you know, up the difficulty more with this brutal mode that they're planning on, then yes, I'll be very happy. And Dark Heresy, if it's the same team, they should be applying everything that they've learned to that. So we might get a really good launch, or we might get another Owlcat launch. We'll have to see. I'm hopeful. Yeah, if deflection applies, it doesn't make it useless, because if you think about it, if your character only has 64 health, whilst you're like my Abelard, so my deflection's still 10% of my total health. So it's not useless, but it's definitely less valuable. Definitely less. But not useless, just less. I reckon Cabela could fuck them up. Oh my god, that guy has 300 health. And 1 deflection. I still reckon Cabela could fuck him up. Let's try. Alright, so let's set up Abelard over here. Have him deal with that. Argenta, you and your little crippled weapons can go over here. Oh, we've still got enemies here, don't we? Fuck. Well. Cassia, you are now going to be a meat shield to stop them getting to Pascal. Read the in-game description of the armor. Blah, 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 blah. Which one? Armor is one of the parameters that reduces income damage. It shows percentage of damage that is reduced by the character's armor and deduced after damage. Armor is one of the parameters that reduces incoming damage. It shows the percentage of damage that is reduced by the character's armor and deduced after damage deflection. So yeah, after damage deflection. So no, it is intentional. Damage deflection amount of damage deduced whenever any hit by. So no, they did. It is intentional that it works that way. Yeah, no, it would be better the other way around. So yes, but yeah, there's still a lot they could do here. Okay. Risky business. Actually, that's a point.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
1, 2, 3, 4. Damn, if that was 5, we could have been doing a lot more. Oh no, don't want to hit Cabello. Okay, let's try to stun what we can. I entirely changed my plan and what I was doing. This could really fuck the rest of my team.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Yeah, I completely changed my game plan.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
I was going to do something else entirely, but then I was like, what if I just stunned everyone? Ow, sorry Pascal, it's my bad.
Death comes in silence. Blade whispers your name. I shall not fail. As on
Blah, 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 blah.
brings me no pleasure. As the tenants.
I'm going all in with these blade dancers, I don't care.
The shadows will see it done.
He's resisting my dots quite hard. Cool. Get blocked. I'm still sorry, Pascal.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Rejoice in battle. As the Emperor, you can escape the
Get dead.
Emperor's judgment.
Well. Well, the good news is... Oh my god, it just... 69 damage. Cute. Cool. Why did that do so much? Analyze enemies. Cool. The eagle used the exploits. Good eagle. Good business. Good stuff. 49. They are a bit far. Though there's a lot of exploits on them. Look at that. 5 and 3. And over here 3 as well. Well, we miss. But don't worry, we got joint now. It's fine. Oh, actually, if we...
Actions will speak
Why don't we
louder
buff
than
you
words.
and try that again?
Your end is nigh.
Let's see how you do with the buffs. Also, we can obstruct vision. 93. That's it's pretty good. 74 this time. Nice. Well, we'll bait Abelard, so if they try to attack him, the eagle will attack. The eagle will actually still use the dots to counter attacks. And the reason why I left some AP... Fuck y'all.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Okay, we will do this, and this, and this.
Victory is imminent. At your care of this one.
The outcome method of balance looks very similar to Blizzard's method of balancing. To be fair, they are slowly starting to listen, because obviously when I first joined, I mentioned some stuff and they're like, fuck that guy, who cares? And then they saw how much I bent the game over in the Grim Dark Challenge. They were like, okay, maybe he knows what he's talking about. And then obviously DLC 1 had come out, then DLC 2, and then they started, and then I soloed the game with Blade Dance Execution. I was like, guys, this guy is broken. And apparently they had an internal meeting over that, and since then that's when they started getting me more involved. So obviously I got to pre-test DLC 2. And whilst I was pre-testing DLC 2, I was providing tons of feedback about what worked, what didn't work and stuff. And when I saw about patch 1.5, I was like, guys, can I come in and test this? And we bring in the other owl mates and we all give feedback. And they went, you know what, yeah. And they gave us like full feedback forms. We were doing like daily bug reports. They would get us in contact with people doing patch fixes on the patch. And yeah, I think 1.5 came out much better because of their decision to actually involve the customers, which is us, with the testing. And I'm hoping they'll do the same with Dark Heresy, and they'll actually take feedback from the alpha, from the entire community. Can damage from at all costs be mitigated with tier 5 icon class ability? Yes. It can also be mitigated with Astra Militarum. So if you have an Astra Militarum commander mercenary who's a grand strategist, he can just use regimental tactics, and then when it comes around to your Commissar, he will give the buff and not do any damage, because it still hits and it counts as 0. Yeah, the trick is, like, I'm just some fucking guy who plays this game, and because I've done quite well on YouTube, because of you guys watching and engaging, Owlcat have been more willing to engage with me, and they've realised that I kind of know what I'm talking about. But more importantly, I can funnel everyone else's feedback. Because the fact that I have a contact now, someone who I directly message, and he probably wishes I'd leave him the fuck alone, but if I'm like, look, loads of people are talking about this, could you guys look at that? They're like, cool. I mentioned to him the other day about the bounty hunter bug with sometimes the unmissable shot missing with arc rifles, and he said, yep, I'll tell the team to put priority on it, so that should be in the next hotfix. You've become the Spiffing Brit of Owlcat. Bend everything until it breaks. Dude, Spiffing Brit shouting me out was fucking huge for the channel as well. I just jumped 2k subs. I was like, oh no, I suddenly need to be professional. You know, I was like, oh. Oh yeah, dude, they get so much free work out of me. They get free testing, they get free ideas. Like, everyone says there's no such thing as an ideas guy for a game dev, but I put 1,000 hours of generating ideas to them, and they've been implementing them. So there's definitely an ideas guy, just doesn't get paid. But no, I appreciate the fact that they're open, they're honest, they discuss things with me, they let me know what they're going to do, they let me know what they can't do. And the thing is, they don't hide it. Like, if you saw the developers live stream, they directly mentioned, we buffed Ulfar because he wouldn't stop complaining, and we implemented some of his suggestions. And I'm like, yeah. So yeah, I was pretty happy about that. Obviously, they don't do everything, because some of my ideas are stupid, but the ones they do like, they put to the professionals, and the professionals make their decisions. So yeah, and as someone who's an agile practitioner, I love that method. I love the fact that they're being more engaged, they're being more honest with it. Yeah, okay, we're done here. But yeah, Spiffing was a good guy as well. Like, basically, he had seen my Optiv video where I was like, Optivs are trash, and he left a comment, and I didn't think it was actually him, and then he left a reply to that as well, and then I was like, wait a minute, and then I followed it to his channel. I was like, oh fuck, that's actually him on his main YouTube channel. And then he asked me some questions on Discord, and I gave some feedback to his questions. Then obviously he made his video, so yeah, good dude. We still want warp buffer, even though... that's it. Fatebringer. Yeah, this will help with arm penetration. Warp buffer? Heinrichs. I think I take Cascade Echoes first. Oh no, Psych Majoris. I need Psych Majoris. Oh my god, I've got the hickety hups. I'm trying not to hiccup into the mic. Oh, Reliance, of course. He follows comments on a lot of strategy games channels I'm following. Nice. Yeah, he's actually like a gamer. That's why I like to see in my content creators. Like, there's some content creators, they don't, you know, they're reading scripts and it doesn't really feel like they play the game, or sometimes they've been paid to check a game they just don't understand. Like, I saw the Angry Joe coverage of Road Trader, and I was like, he doesn't know what the buttons do, he's just pressing random buttons. But Spiffing, like, he had build ideas, really well thought out build ideas. So I was like, oh, that's clever. Yeah. So, with the new patch, what's good origin and also tier archetype for Operative? So, Operative is an interesting little bugger because technically none of the Origin reworks directly feed into Operative at all. Like, obviously, the buffs to Webbers, that helps Operative, because you can do Operative with Flamer and Webber, because you can get an extra 35% damage boost, but that's still only 35%. Arc rifles are fantastic for Operative because they use int to do like loads of damage and spread out their shit. Obviously, Plasma is very big for them. Not as big as Pascal, whose damage goes to the moon with all the extra attack on me, but still very good. But none of the origins directly benefit Operative, but there is a few ways you can do it. So if you use Voidborn and be smart, you can use Astra Militarum Commander or Commissar to buff there. But again, you still have the issue of attack economy. So I actually took Astra Militarum Commander. I did a Voidborn Be Smart build of that using arc rifles. You could also do that with Operative Grand Strategist, because that way you've got your dots up and you can build up Tide of Excellence really quickly. But then you're not really using the lasgun side of things, but you are still using the pie-wide buff, which is incredibly powerful. But I'm hoping that Noble and Crime Lord, if enough people mention it, will get some more buffs. Like, realistically, Operative needs buffs. Like, their base archetype just needs more. If I look at the spreadsheet, so these are not finalized ideas yet, but we pop over to here. Is it not on here? Ah, yeah. So I've started trying to think of ways to overhaul the base talents for Operative. Like, these are things that I would add to their base talents to make them more useful. And you can all go onto the spreadsheet and you'll still be able to see that and whatnot. But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about ways to do that. But some of these are like early ideas. Ideally, if they just merged half of them and then just put melee ones, it'd be better. But trying to come up with ideas to send to the devs to say, I don't want you to do this, but this is what I'm thinking. Do the developer-y stuff and make this real ideas and better ideas using your vision. So yeah, it's trying to think of how to coach the devs to buff Operative rather than trying to waterfall the devs on how to buff operatives, you know? I thought Crime Lord's fine as is, not as busted as the updated Origins, but fine. Well, Crime Lord is fine, but Crime Lord is a melee origin, which better suits Warrior for Assassin and Blade Dancer for anything than it does Operative for anything. And that's kind of the issue. Crime Lord is the one that you think would be the Operative archetype, but none of the origins really suit Operative. Regarding Militarum Commander, does Trench Warfare also work with las pistols? I'd have to read the talent. I think it says two-handed, but let me double check. There's a reason that we put it all into this little spreadsheet. So, Trench Warfare. When the commander is in partial cover, their las weapons rate of fire is increased by 20 and 40% while in full cover. That should apply to las pistols. Would have to test and confirm. Is Operative melee viable at all? No, it's not. So Operative naturally can't increase agility, so it has no dodge, and Operatives tend to build for range, which means it has no parry. Now, you could use agility training and give them the ballistic in melee parry gloves and a shotgun, but it's a lot of work to make something survive in the scenario it wasn't designed for. Like, you're having to fight the system to get what you want it to do, sort of thing. Hey there, any tips to maximize your tactical advantage stacks on Officer? Currently I use 2 officers and a sanity party, but rarely get to 40 stacks after round 1. Yeah, give it to anyone that has really high rate of fire in the party. So if you give, say, Linchpin to Argenta, I can make Argenta do 40 round bursts in round 1. So I can build Master Tactician's stacks into the hundreds the first turn. If you're a Soldier Master Tactician, you just put Linchpin on yourself and just use high rate of fire. Since patch 1.5, I decided to playing Commissar Train Iconic 1 and want to use Power Armor and Heavy Armor, just not sure what to switch out. Yes, well, Power Armor you can do later, but with that one. Let's have a look at the build real quick. So, the problem is, you need to also have the strength. So, if you put Power Armor Proficiency here, you can pop it there and it just works. It is a bit late. You'll mostly only have your power armor for Act 5 here. But it's probably the best place to put it, 'cause you need it after peak condition to get to that 45 strength. But yeah, that's kind of where I would do it. What's your favorite build? It's still my first build, which was Lena the Slayer. Lena the Slayer was the first build that I ran through the game on, which was a pure staff caster, because I didn't understand what a Psyker was my first run, and I was like, oh, it's just a wizard. It's not a wizard. Psykers are not wizards. But I built a wizard out of a Psyker. Also, the dual axe Pyromancy Berserker, because I made a space fire Viking. I like that one. But right now, some of the 1.5 stuff is really crazy. I think one of the issues with Operative is that the Heroic Act isn't that good. It is with arc rifles, because when you can spread that out 5 cells, imagine how many enemies you can fit into a 5-cell zone, and arc rifles will use the Heroic Act on everything within the jump range. So you buff your intelligence up enough, you can do this big, huge AoE, and it will actually hit everyone, because each jump of the arc rifle counts as a single shot. Outside of that, no, you are correct. The heroic action on Optiv is hot trash, but with arc rifles specifically, it's good. Enjoying the vids, keep it up. No, thanks for the support. Thinking I'm gonna do my first unfair run with a fun heretic Psyker build. Try Fire Tsunami. Actually, any Blade Dancer really suits Heretic. Something about Blade Dance feels heretical to me. Priest Blade Dancer, Navy Officer Blade Dancer, or Psychic Blade Dancer. They all feel very thematic to a Heretic run. Plus, the Act 4 reward is a two-handed sword, so it fits for Blade Dancer. Anything I missed? No. Cool. Thanks, suggestions is much appreciated. Play around a bit and see what I need. Yep. Yeah, not using at all costs is something you just have to do until you can build up temp HP, which you can do in Act 1 and Act 2 quite easily. And then obviously, yeah, Act 4, incredibly easy. Actually, Act 3, you should have Icon Class 5 with the colony changes. You'll notice how much you get when it comes to conviction with the changes. And maybe for a dual-wield Lads pistol, you could see working with jump from cover to cover walls. Yeah, you could try that, because obviously the problem is attack economy. Operative has really piss-poor ways to increase attack economy. Oh, hey, Stinky. Don't know about the arc rifles. Actually, I am going to quickly pester you for a second. I'm just giving one of my friends. So this is Stinky Skills. He's the guy who actually originally bought me the game and got me to play it. And he's only just started playing himself. So I'm trying not to give him build ideas, because Stinky's a sweaty tryhard that I met through PvP and competitive games as well as shooting games. If I tell him how to do anything in the game, he will immediately quit. So we don't tell him what to do. But what I am going to do is, so tell me, what are you building at the moment? Let me just turn your volume up, because I think I have reduced in-game volume.
Yeah, so I'm actually thinking I will do the same thing. My original thought when I first started a couple of months ago, instead of doing Blade Dancer, I'm going to go with a Soldier dual shotgun.
Yep.
What's the plan?
Yeah.
So that is as far as I've gone. I don't know which stats I should focus on yet, but I'm just going to do some testing, figure it out, and I will obviously play on the hardest difficulty.
Yep. How do you feel about swashbucklers, like in Dungeons & Dragons terms?
They're cool.
So do you know swashbuckler in D&D, that if you parry an attack, you can counter attack, and if you crit, you can get an offhand attack?
Oh.
Blade...
No, I did not.
But that's how that works in Dungeons and Dragons. Navy Officer, they have a new talent that does interact with Blade Dancer, that your Death from Aboves will give you free offhand attacks every time you crit. So, whilst I don't want to tell you what to do have a read through all the talents of Navy Officer, because yes, it does, and it does also work with melee and pistol. So say you're a warrior melee build and you have an offhand pistol, if you crit for the melee, you will shoot with your pistol.
That's cool.
Yeah, so... and if you have 2 melees, obviously you'll offhand regardless of the class. But yeah, so that was something that I knew it worked, because someone asked me a question about stakes. They're like, oh, would Navy Officer be good to Blade Dancer? I went, yeah, of course, because that means every time you crit, you get an extra offhand attack. That's huge attack economy. And he was like, oh, okay, why don't you have that in your sheet? And I went, I don't know. so I suddenly built it. I tested it, and yeah, it's pretty bonkers.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you pick Forgeskin subskin for your sword and pistol navy officer to maximize armor and parry chance through thick skin? Yes. And if you go Death World, do look at Blade Dancer, because like I said, the Death World Blade Dancer combo does work for Navy Officer. I'm trying to say I'm currently doing a blind playthrough, love and fair, and loving the game. Yep, love your content, but it's hard to watch because I don't want to... Unfortunately, yes, because the game's been out for like 2 years, people know what's easy and what isn't easy encounters. And unfortunately, if I show an easy encounter, I'll just get people like, clack, 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 easy encounter, clack, 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 blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, here's a hard encounter. And then there's someone else like, report spoiler, report. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? Everything's a spoiler. It's an RPG. There's no such thing as a random encounter. I'm not playing Final Fantasy.
What do you mean? Story doesn't matter. It's an RPG.
So how far did you get before restart itis hit you then?
Me? I'm
Yeah.
currently going to do the tutorial boss.
Nice. Someone just said, I tested AM with Trench Warfare, Hotshot, Las Pistol, and Rate of Fire bonuses do work. Okay! Yeah, that means that Astra Militarum Commander, a soldier pistol build, it will be incredibly strong. I would probably build that Bounty Hunter. So if we have a quick little look at some of this. So I have some dual pistol builds. What have I built here? So we have Master Tactician, which I've done with the guns. Fortress World, yep, so that's there. So you could do it Art Militant quite easily as well. But got this on
Whoa,
the Discord.
spoilers, man.
Oh no, we're just talking about trench warfare. So basically one of the commanders, SAS Militarum Commander, has an ability that when you're in full cover, you can increase the rate of fire of your las weapons by 40%. And
Yeah.
someone said, does it work with pistols? And I said, it should. Haven't tested. He's gone and tested. It does. Yeah. It's the nature of the beast, I guess. I will completely catch up with your content once. Yep, no, take your time. The best way, one of the best ways to do it, if you've got time, is if you actually follow along with my live streams as you play, you can sort of see me discuss that point in the game rather than later stuff. Though sometimes I do slip up and I'll talk about like later act stuff. Yes. But yeah, so are you currently in game now, Stinky, or you?
Yes, I'm currently in game. I was planning on so I've written out like a overall. I've been looking through some skills. So my plan is to first go to soldier. When I hit level 16, I wanted to go overseer because I can get a cool raven. 100% that's happening.
Only if you're a psyker.
I refuse.
But you can get eagle as an officer and operative. Soldier can't go into overseer unless you're an arbitrator or a psyker.
You sure?
Yes, 100%. It's exclusive to
Why do
officer
I
and
ask you if
operative. Nah, I just make it up as I go along, dude. All these guys on YouTube.
ChatGPT, man.
It's ChatGPT. Is 1.6 scheduled patched? We should wait. Oh, dude, there is no confirmation of 1.6. I like Wiggles' response. Like, you just killed his home. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Then I'm gonna be overseer. Then I'm gonna have a fucking psychic raven. It's gonna be. No, you're not. Like, I'm uninstalling.
Don't want to do anything anymore.
Yeah. The most awesome thing about trench warfare is it works from whatever side, not just the one you're using to cover. Yes, it's the same as perfect spot. Like, if you can just touch a wall, it doesn't matter if you're not using the cover to shoot enemies. Just the fact that you're touching a wall, you get it. It's Owlcat spaghetti code. All right, we got a bunch of... Yeah, it's so funny because there was one time, so DLC 2, I was reporting a bunch of bugs, and I told one of the bug testers to check several things. He was like, why do you say that? It was like, I understand Unity, dude. I know what you guys have gonna done based on previous ways you've coded it. I reckon you've made this mistake, which is going to cause this, and bug. And he came back and went, 3 of those have happened. I was like, I knew it. but yeah, you can really predict the way that they do their coding. It's like when they update, one of the companions you used to recruit came at level 26, and in this update you can now get him at level 19. So I went to the respec option, he was still 26. I was like, I bet rather than delete the old version that came at 26 or change it to 19, they created a separate instance of the same character that you now recruit that one instead. And then, yeah, I went in and spawned companions, and I was like, and it was literally, the file name was Solomon _26, Solomon _19. I was like, God fucking damn it. I knew it. So they didn't technically change the build, they created another instance of the build. I was like, dude, no wonder their stuff bloats every thing. And what was the reasoning for adding fixed bayonets to your AM Soldier Master Tactician? It was in case I was using las guns on my companions. Also, because if you're using that yourself, it's just an extra attack. It was mostly for roleplay. It would actually be better for Arc Militant, because obviously you can use that to build versatility. So you could stab, or you could shoot, stab, kick, shoot, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was literally just because, but it also applies to las sniper rifles, which is kind of funny. And I think yeah, because it's any two-handed, so las sniper rifles and las rifles will still get stabbed. As a dev, that's both sad and funny as well. Dude, so I've worked in DevSecOps for 17 years. I can predict a lot of shit like that. Where I was like, I bet this is how they've done that fix. And you'll look at it and you're like, yeah, that's how they did that fix. That's why it's still fickle. But yeah, you see loads of hilarious stuff like that. Sorry, just quickly checking my Discord pings. One is letting me know about First Tour Guardsman. If you play Space Marine 2, I do highly recommend First Tour Guardsman. Fantastic streamer, and the guy whose stuff that I copied to learn that game as I was building through. Stinky can attest that I spammed my chat with him with loads of screenshots from his YouTube videos, like, this is how you do this. Which is also, because I sent him those screenshots, why he hasn't played Space Marine 2.
I forgot what I did with my thing. I had an idea.
Oh, dude, watching First Order Guardsman play Space Marine 2 has made me understand mistakes I was making, and then I've drastically improved at the game by not making the same mistakes. Like, one of the first things I did was I actually moved melee from mouse click 2, and I put my aim down sight there, and I put melee on my side button of my mouse. But because of that, I found that when I was in melee range, I was constantly ADSing where I shouldn't be. But hipfire technically doesn't reduce your aim that much, because it's not aim down sight in Space Marine 2, it's zoom. So technically I'm zooming. I'm not really increasing my aim all that much, unless you're on obviously heavy or sniper, because then they actually have a scope version or a heavy stance. But the second that I went back to default controls to something that he said, and I was like, oh, okay, melee and right click makes more sense, and it became a lot more fluid. And then I put like on my side mouse button the aim and my parry. So I've got my parry, my aim on my thumb. My left click is shoot. My right click is now belly. And I'm doing way better since I did that. And it's just my spatial awareness is way better after watching how he looks at the game. Because at first, the way he moved, I was like, oh my god, I'm getting seasick. He's moving so quickly. But then I started incorporating that into how I play as well, and you just become a lot more aware.
I think the same thing when people are watching you play Rogue Trader as well, because when you play, you don't look at the game, you look at the sidebar.
Yeah, I'm not really watching what's happening. I'm watching the combat log. People are complaining about the blade dance stuff. Is it still playable, and is it most question fun? It's still the strongest in the game, and yes, it's still very fun.
Like, after what I've understood, it doesn't matter if your dodge rating goes up every time you do extra turn, because you will still one turn most things. You just have to think more to be able to get to one turn. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much. You just got to be careful where you leave yourself.
Yeah.
If I remember, I actually soloed one of the harder boss encounters just to test to see if I still could do it. I'm just seeing if I've still got that footage. Where would I have saved it? Did I even keep it saved? Nope, that's Heinrichs. It's Heinrichs. Okay, so that's me testing Heinrichs soloing one of the bosses. This one's obviously Argento, not the Blade Dancer. It's Cassius. What day did I even do this?
Me personally, looking at the change from just like a gameplay standpoint, or
Yeah,
for myself,
if you
more like
one turn an encounter before enemies even get a turn, what does it matter if you're losing dodge? It's but one of the things from today's video, so I'll mute this. So I did upload showing Cabela one turning the Crypt DLC, which is one of the harder combats in the DLC. So I did give her a finest hour, and this is something you can do from Act 2 of the Sororitas boots. And essentially, I just planned what I was going to do, and I still cleared the entire battle before the enemies even had a single turn. So if enemies never act, what does it matter if every time I break the attack economy, I take a 10% damage dodge? Because if you said, okay, Operative is going to get an extra attack every time that they take a 10% dodge debuff, I'll be like, oh, that's Operative's now the best class in the game, because now I have infinite ranged attacks, like, as long as I have AP. So at the start of the game, that's 4 attacks, and at the end later. But Death from Above doesn't just break the attack economy by every time you get a kill, you get another attack. It also costs 0 AP, so there was no cost. It was just always having free attacks. And what they've done is they've now made it have a cost that you lose strength, you lose perception, and you lose dodge. But all of this is countered by the fact that, well, perception, yeah, it might go down, but you stack agility, and half your agility is used to hit anyway, so you don't worry too much about losing some perception. You don't use strength for damage anyway, you use agility with Drukhari weapons, that doesn't matter. And yes, you lose dodge, but there's 3 counterplays. The first one is you still got your parry, so you're not vulnerable to melee at all. You can still use the ability that allows you to do ranged parry and deflect attacks back at the enemies like a fucking Jedi, so you use your parry for that, so again, it doesn't matter. You can still use Blood Oath to generate infinite MP as long as something's alive to get back to full cover, or you can use Acrobatic Archery to recall back to where you started your turn, and by doing that, you're never in danger. So yeah, the people complaining that Blade Dance got nerfed or the playstyle got changed, I guarantee you they have not tested it. They just read patch note and their brain went, oh, stat go down, that makes me angry, and that's it. They haven't tried it yet. And as soon as they actually try it and they play it, yes, they'll have to be more careful and think about where they leave their Blade Dancer, because you can't just leave them standing in the open with like 400% dodge like you could before. Now you just want to get them back to cover with their 100% dodge instead. So yeah, it's fine. You recommend the self-flagellation fire tsunami when it comes fun to play aspect. It doesn't need to be the strongest. Yeah, they're also very, very good. Like Navy Officer Blade Dancer, incredibly strong and fun. Priest Blade Dancer, incredibly strong and fun. Psycho Blade Dancer, incredibly strong and fun. Cabela is technically one of the weakest possible Blade Dancers you can get, because she's Voidborn and Death Cult Assassin, which are 2 absolutely terrible origins and homeworlds. Still good. The fact that she's a Blade Dancer, she's still one-turning every combat. Like, Blade Dancer is the strongest tier 1 archetype, and it's not even close, unless you count the fact that Officer as a support archetype is the best class in the game, because it gives your allies essentially infinite attacks and turns.
Also, one thing, thank you Smuggin and Astons for subscribing.
Oh yes, thanks.
Really appreciate it.
I don't see subscribe alerts because Restream kind of sucks, and that's what Stinky's for. He watches Twitch chat to make sure I'm not missing that stuff. Thank you, Stinky.
No problem. I got you.
Thanks.
I get the pop-up on the screen.
Nice. Between you and me, Death from Above was OP. It's still OP. It's still OP. It's still the best single-click button in the fucking game.
Between all of us.
On your sheets build, which would be the best transition into heavy armor dual wield pistol builds? Probably Heretic, but could go Eigenclass, likely on the difficulty below and fair, only second one. On your sheet, which of the best to transition into heavy armor dual? Which builds the best put into it? Well, the thing is, pistol builds don't benefit from heavy armor at all, or power armor. Power armor or heavy armor don't add anything to dual pistol builds, because obviously you need strength and toughness for heavy armor, which is melee, and none of the abilities on any of the power armors actually benefit any range build besides Adherent of Mankind and Argenta's power armor, which you can't move over, and Artificer's power armor is for heavy weapons, not pistols. But if you really want to do it, then probably Soldier Arc Militant or Soldier Bounty Hunter, and then in Exemplar, take peak condition to turn HP into strength to then take power armor. And so for the best pistol for that, either Las pistols with Astra Militarum Commander or Commissar with pistols, in my opinion.
And yes, Revan has played Pathfinder Kingmaker.
Yes, I've played
303 hours.
Yeah, I've played it. I've got more than that, but just on PC, yeah, it's like 3 hours. I have not actually got around to Wrath of the Righteous yet because I was meant to play that after Rogue Trader, and then I became a content maker for a year, which was the worst decision I made because all it did was delay all my games. But
You know what's funny? I have both games.
Of course you do. Never played.
I haven't played them. I looked at the game and I got scared.
It is Pathfinder like 1.0 is very complicated. Like the reason I didn't do content for Pathfinder is because there's a lot of really good YouTubers who do content for it, and when I was learning Rogue Trader, there was no one doing up-to-date information at all for this game. So that's kind of why I got involved with doing stuff here, was because I was like, it'd be good if someone did some stuff, you know.
Like, the best tip that Revan has that he told me is read every perk out there, because it should be decently intuitive to know kinda what you're going to go for. That's what I'm going to do now.
Yeah, and the best way to do it is to not look at it in game, because it can be hard to do. If you actually look at my spreadsheet, because I've put all the talents into their orders. So I've got Homeworld, so you can see what each of the Homeworld talents are. They have 5 talents each, so you can compare all 5 talents fairly easy. You look at the same for the Origins. Besides Arbitrator and Psyker, they only have 5 each, so you can see them all very nice and easy. And when you want to see the classes, you look at the classes, and you can, on one screen, see what every talent does. And then the fact you don't even need to read what any of my builds are, but if you look at the tables, you can see for each class where you get an ability, where you get this, where you get that. And just, yeah, did I delete the key? No, the key. Oh my God, did I delete the key? Whoops. I need to re-add the key. Oh dear. Oh dear. Those colors are meaningless without a key. Oops.
Yeah, more work for you, man.
Whoopsie daisies. Oh, did I not even keep it on the 1.4 builds? Oops. Dude, no wonder people were like, what this do? 1.4 companion builds. Ah, that's the key. Ah, whoops. There
I
we
need
go.
to
There we
make a
go.
spreadsheet for Warframe as well, man.
My bad, guys.
I got you. Got you.
Yeah, so I've put the key on here. So yeah, what the colors mean. Oh, I'm such an idiot. But yeah, that's back there now. So yeah, that'll make it a little bit easier for you to understand, build and play and stuff. I can't believe I forgot to put the key over and no one told me. They were like, oh, Rift's got some weird colors here. Like, I just no one knew why. Hello, I am streaming. Hello, child. This summer, this daughter. Say hello.
Hello.
So
Hello, Summer.
Oh, she's actually just slightly off camera. You can lean this
Oh.
way. Your face will appear.
Hello.
Pipiaka 9000.
Who's ready?
Thank you for subscribing.
I
Appreciate it.
Let Mum know to start without me. I'll be down a little bit. Sorry, what was that, my man?
Oh, now I need to find it again.
Yeah.
Someone also subbed on YouTube.
Ah, nice. Thank you. Right, let's see where the messages were, because I lost the chat there. Kingmaker was brutally unbalanced towards the end. Oh yeah, fuck that. You needed. Finding out that you needed a blind fight to pass checks in certain combats on hard difficulty. That was horrible. Is there a way to make Belly Pascal work? Yes, but with a crap ton of buffs. If you give 4 dedicated buffers, he can work, but he has no talents to really support it other than his Tech Priest ones, because Operative is not designed to be in melee. Kingmaker, yep, brutally unbalanced. Thanks, missed the name of the perk, but I will find it, I'm sure. I know Mortismal grew on Pathfinder as well. Pathfinder is a great game. Yeah, it is. And obviously he does some really good reviews. But I don't want the others. Indeed, Kingmaker was brutal, and there was barely any info online. Oh yeah, I bet. I actually played the heavily mod version. There was a guy who did mods of all the additional supplement classes that Alcat weren't allowed to use. I used to use that. What about Baltrance DLC ability? Can you get it on current patch? Yes, you need to be Dogmatic 2 when you do the Bloodspin web trial or Priest, and you'll get it that way. Yep, download the build spreadsheet. Hello, Revan. Do bleeds and toxins stack? It stacks if you're Executioner. I don't think it stacks in any other way. I think it's actually limited to Executioner, but I could be wrong because I've only ever used dots as an Executioner. And I know if you read Executioner, it says for Force of Repentance, it stacks. Baltrance from the end of the first DLC 1 quest. Yes, still, yep, yeah, Dogmatic 2. Good person answering there. It stacks for Executioners. Yep, there's some confirmation bias for me. Which is the best Pascal build in your opinion? The one that you enjoy the most. I personally like Plasma Bounty Hunter the most, but they all have their own uses. Like the AoE on Arc Rifle is really good, but reload cost fucking sucks. The Eagle build is quite fun and good, but obviously you don't enhance Pascal as you go for those Eagle levels. Whereas Plasma is also very good, it can be very limited in the amount of things you can attack. A web launcher is worth using with the new talents if you want to play CC. So if you're playing without grand strategies and you're trying like challenge modes where you can't one turn every combat, they're incredibly viable. If you're playing grand strategies where you can hyper alpha one turn before enemies act, they do nothing at all. Wait, Priest can get Battle Trance even without Dogmatic 2. That's completely new for me. Yeah, because I used to think you used to be able to get it on Iconoclast and Heretic, because I got Battle Trance on them, and then everyone else was saying that, no, you need Dogmatic 2. And I was like, that's weird, because I definitely didn't, and then I realized it was because I was Priest, so as long as you're Priest, you can get it that way. Yeah, it's little things. This is one of the reasons why I like to keep active in like the Discord communities as well. Like Reddit, I'll sometimes check, but you don't really get good info on Reddit, which is weird because normally that's where people think you would. Steam forums, you can sometimes. There are some good lads on there, but mostly it's just going to be people complaining. But the build Discord, you'll see a lot of good information there, especially on the Russian side of the community. Like they know their shit, but they're just not very active on the community Discords. The English one, it's mostly people finding interesting ways to break the game without engaging with the mechanics, which is kind of funny. So yeah, I like to keep an eye on, and I put my stuff in there and see what other people are coming up with too. Looking at Pascal, but feels trying to build him into dual wield melee melter. Well, funny enough, I did try to make a melee build where I use the flamer that also has a melee and his melee, so you could dual weapon combat for 2 melee. It was terrible. It was terrible. I tried, but it was bad. A no grand strategist party does sound like a good challenge. Yeah, you will notice it a lot more. Like you can go no officer as well, but that gets really hard. Oh, new followers, new subs. Thank you. Reddit is awful. People argue over absolute obsolete information every patch. Yeah, like the amount of times that I've gone to Reddit like, oh, I found this new thing, and people are like, oh, did you know that your build that you soloed the game can't be soloed anymore? And I was like, yes, it can. I've already uploaded videos of me doing Aurora. That's the last challenge in the game. Like, if you can solo up to Aurora, you can do the rest of the game. It's just time. Reddit argue over, yeah, nah, Reddit don't do that. They're like the UN, peaceful debates. Yeah, let's go get a new world. Send the Veil of Protection over. Have to be careful here. Noise. Yes, so they've changed. So as you notice, you only get 5 holy gifts now. You don't get all of them. All allies get... Okay, so this Law Imperium one, this is how you make J into a tank. And if you're doing an officer melee build that's using the Charge Pendant, this is the one you want. Oh, that hammer's hot trash. I don't know what I want. Chaos enemies. Gross. It's really between the hammer and the Druzin rep, because they're both very good. Or the profit factor and getting the protective feature. I will grab this one just so if I do use J that she's going to be a little bit stronger. The profit factor is also good because it means I can get some of the stuff from the Mechanicus guys. Yeah. I was very careful not to engage in this space combat because I am not equipped to deal with that. I believe I should also be able to go back to Fausto. And, oh, I went on an orange route. Took damage. Oh, no. Oh, no. I think this is going to be the Seducer's combat. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. I am not equipped to deal with this combat. Oh, no. Oh, dear, oh, no. Oh, dear, oh, no. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Give me grenades. I might die. Okay, we can use gas clouds, but 8 toxic damage is not going to do much. Oh no. Ah, stun grenade. Okay, stun grenade. Oh no.
Grovel before the faithful. You will fall.
Alright, we're going to hide behind my bed whilst I'm waiting for allies to come. Actually, I'll start here as they come in. Has 1.5 changed the meta, or are Psychers still overwhelmingly superior to most builds? No, some of the origins are actually now really, really strong. 19%. Is there any way I can improve that? 40%.
You have been judged and found wanting. Emperor, protect me.
Ow. So this is not really a combat that I'm meant to be able to do at my level, and I'm an officer, so surviving is going to be fun.
Emperor, protect me.
They also shoot him through a wall, technically. Okay, Dad Ballard. That's a good first. Oh my god, unless he dies. Good block, good block, good block, good block. We like to see it, we like to see it. We can't use our defensive ability. Cool, 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 cool. Fuck off kindly. No! Oh, okay, okay, okay. Ah. Ah, they share a cooldown. That is a bug. So I need to report that. Mechanics, critical, shield bash and stalwart defense share a cooldown. Damn, that's going to hurt me in the long run. What's the trigger for this combat? I travelled on a yellow route, space combat.
It will be done.
Sorry, orange route. Warp jump. Yep. Fuck! That's not good. Well.
I will not be detected.
Fuck. I did. There's nothing I can do. I can't buff. Nothing. He just did. Fuck. There's literally nothing he could do there. Like, if this was a Grim Dark run, I would just accept that the run's lost.
Protect me. I can't stand it.
Right, Argento. No, don't stand there. God fucking damn it. But get off. Right, that better. Alright, AP is going to be important. So first we heal. I might use the reset on my Daring Breach here. Okay. Right, so we knocked all of them down, which is good. Right, first thing we need to do is a little bit of that. Took out a few of them there. And we've got our defensive perks up. Alright, so Argenta next.
I'll do it.
We really want to land this shot. Perfect. Perfect. Demonette's knocked down.
As the
We're not out of the
Emperor
woods yet,
commands, I
but we're
act.
not guaranteed to lose anymore.
The enemy of the Emperor will
We miss,
be
we suck.
undone.
But we got to cover at least, and Dad Ballard's in the way. Demonette loses its turn, thanks to the shotgun. Grenade sucks. Ow. But they're all stacked up in a good place. If I can take out this first Demonette, I should be able to get into a much better position. Having 2 Demonettes on Abelard's going to suck. But Cassia coming in, however, fantastic. Right. Right, knocked 1 demon off, which is good. We really want to start burst firing, but we do need to check this guy.
I'll do it.
Now, we don't really want to give up our cover position, so I am going to burst fire here,
Emperor's judgment.
which is going to hit a few of them. Alright, so
I am an
Abelard is going to need
not a
buffs.
servitor.
Yeah, we will
I'm
pop
not
these here.
accustomed to being
This is
ordered
going to stop
around.
some injuries. And let's see. Okay, we're going to put some debuffs on these demons. And we're going to
I
move
have read tomes of
Cassia
military
all the way
tactics.
out of the way. Then we're going
Isn't
to
this
move
a
over
job
to
for the
Abelard.
serfs?
I will do my duty.
Alright, so a little bit of get off me to see if that worked. Did not, but that's fine. He's already... we want to get this up again. Hit the demon, knocked it down. Perfect. Then we move here. Then we smack this guy. Dead. Good, good, good. We get into some range combat, and we still have all of these nice little buffs. Yeah, the reason this is so hard is these demonettes are obviously really strong for level 17, or level 18, what we? Level 18. And cool. Alright, I'm going to set... for now, actually, I don't need to move anything else. So, Abelard, main turn.
A tactically sound approach.
Alright, so we will wildfire. We're going to try and do as much damage as we can to this demon.
Grey hair, sure hair.
We missed the follow-up, but that's okay.
I will warn you a
Demon
target.
down.
Try to
Demon
test the
down.
tactics as the best one.
Okay. Next demon. Parry. Counter. Shots. They can try all they want. Sorry, I've not been reading chat. I've died numerous times on combat with my crime mod operative. It was definitely not fun. Scrim Distance mode ended at one-man encounter. It could have done. We're pulling this back, and we're getting more companions each time. Oh, here come more friends. So actually, we want to stay
Step
back
aside.
here.
The navigator is coming.
Pascal actually is going to be quite useful in this encounter. So let's try and set up some dodge reduction here.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
And the reason Pascal's going to be quite useful... Lots of enemies to do that to. We're also going to put live bait on Abelard. And the reason for that is, now everything that attacks Abelard is going to have that eagle attack it.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Oh, Argenta, hello.
I will bathe
Okay,
this
let's run and gun.
battlefield in
Then we'll
righteous
use
fury.
Revel and Slaughter.
Faith
We'll hit both those demons, maybe.
Emperor.
Now the demon's on us. We didn't want that. Alright, let's try and get the demon off.
Doubt of the weak.
Alright, that's good, so we can still
God
move.
Emperor, move through me. Be the
I'll set up a
fire in my
burst fire
heart.
for another turn. Now, Kibella. Now, she's not buffed, but we can
I shall not fail.
do a little bit to this demon here.
To the brink of
Right, ideally, we don't want to lower our dodge.
Trust me.
She doesn't have a death from above charge because of the way this combat works. Alright, back to Ablard. First of all, we do this. We've now got our 1 AP area hits. Nice. Okay, so that is good. We can now move up. Hopefully finish this demon. Not quite, but he now doesn't have the extra bit of cover on him. But Pascal, however, could now get in on this demon. Dead demon. We still want to put live bait onto Ablard, and we will set up joint analysis to enhance his damage. So, notice these people dying. That's the eagle, by the way. So the eagle's wiping the map every time they shoot Ablard. We did it. I generally thought I was going to lose that. I knew that my fucking rogue trader was dead. He's an officer, and he had no chance. But, shocked. By the way, the eagle fucking MVP. So I put live bait on here, and what it did was everyone that attacked Ablard, it then attacked, and it was also getting joint analysis. So the damage was just fantastic. So every time something attacked, it just swooped and did it. That's the advantage of the eagle build, by the way. Stuff like that. Cue the Dora Explorer music that we did it. Good times, good times. Yeah, if we were on Grim Dark, I was like, oh, well, that fucked. GG. But we dones it. We dones it. Eagle Pascal Arcraft. Right? Like, my little tech robot. Yeah, my mistake was this fucker was orange. Yeah, you can only get that combat if you go on an orange or red route. Let's have a quick little fix of some things that we can sell. Stub revolver we don't need. Faux hammer I want to keep. Ripper auto pistol I'll keep for now. Wander's potent we want later. Blast wave we still want to keep. That's regular heavy bolter. Oh, did I accidentally just put that in cargo? No. No. Give back. That's like one of the best guns in the game. Give back. 20 power sword. 14 to 18. That's the exact same weapon. Strange. Silent Verdict I don't need to keep. Cry of Agony I'll hold on to for a little bit. Regular Thunder Hammer, same, but I don't really need it. Cool. Have you looked at the new colony projects in detail? Yes. Yes. So day one of the update, by the way, I already had the entire projects overhaul. So all the new costs, all the new benefits, that's already been updated. This was ready day one for you guys. So which is the best archetype for Rifle Pascal? The best, probably Bounty Hunter, but one that's fun anyway, as you just saw, Eagle Seer. So yes, Eagle Seer is definitely fun. And technically, it's actually what won me that encounter, so... No, a mixture of Cassia and Ablard buffs is probably a big heavy lifter there. And I believe this should now be opened. Ah, yeah, it is. Cool. We can go get Argenta a new bolter. Arc Rifles are fun in 1.5, definitely. I definitely enjoyed that. It did much.
I will cast you into eternal darkness. I will take you down.
So,
Emperor, give me
point and
strength.
case.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. If I may,
We stack up everyone real
isn't
quick,
this a job for the serfs?
and we can show you how fun
Me? If
they
you
are.
insist, Lord Captain.
Oh no, I have no line of sight on anyone here? I thought I had line of sight on everyone. Oh boo. Well, in that case, I am going to waste this. Why can't I see any of that? What? It's right there. Well, we only need to see one. That's pretty good. But also... like, there's a lot of AoE you can do with it, you know?
Tech familiar activated. Request approved.
I generally thought I would have better line of sight there, and that would be way more impressive. Did they update all the companion style builds? Some of them, but you can only get it on a new save. So existing saves where you've already recruited the companions, you won't really notice the improvements.
As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. This is unacceptable. Guided by faith, I'll do it.
Yeah. Oh, he died.
By the web.
As the other side awaits. Aim for the heart next time.
My thanks for awesome builds and videos. The challenge run without one-turn kill modes, no grand strategists, officers, etc. Any ideas designing a party support to allow me living? That might be one of the few runs where you definitely want to have a Vanguard, because with all those limitations, that's when Vanguard gets useful. Pascal, do you not have any booties? We don't really have any useful booties for you, do we? Ah, did I? Okay, I gave you the Adrenaline War Boots hoping for the best. Yeah, that wasn't going to work. Is Cyber Eagle Pascal build in the Google Doc? Yes, it is. No combat, no issue. Yep. Is that fight recolor with higher tier enemies? I think it's a once-off. Arc Rifles Front, yep, 1.5, that definitely. Have you looked at the new yep, we looked at that. And Cabela, our shadow, our shield, take your time. Yeah, Cabela's pretty good. How to best use the Commissar ability? I get into Act 2 with your Officer Commissar build. Basically use Invigorating Resolve or Relish to Anguish to build up temp wounds, and then shoot your allies that have stacked really high temp wounds. But yeah, that's how I use it. I try not to... Oh. Yeah, I try not to shoot allies otherwise. Unless, if your ally's about to die anyway, then there's no reason not to shoot them to give you, like, a full party-wide buff.
The Emperor gave me a vision.
Random toxic knife. So if you were using a knife build, this would be good because of the dodge reduction. And that knife, by the way, does the same amount of damage as a chainsword from Footfall, so that's pretty nutty. So Stinky, I noticed you're on mute. Well, how's your run going against the Chaos Spawn? You beaten it yet? Yeah, when you take out stuff with the coals that way. Now, one of the things I'm still thinking with Abelard as well, because if I look at Abelard's build, I kind of want to get Shield Mastery earlier. Because, unfortunately, yeah, Melee Weapon Specialist is great. So I've got Stentorian voice. I might make a note here that you can swap these two around. Because you still then got Stentorian voice when you fight Ymira's, but having shield mastery there means I can get to double melee or a thunder hammer sooner. So yeah, I'm gonna make that note. The Emperor gave me a vision and told me to shoot A-Blood in the back. Yeah, in the prologue fight, I accidentally shot Argenta in like round 2 in the back. And I was like, and luckily I managed to get through the spawn on unfair with a reduced party.
The Vizier. Would he be proud? Am I?
The machine god grants me insight.
Dude, failing this logic check sucks because you can't retake it. Alright, cool. We got it.
With each step, I
Justice
forge
be your
my
day.
destiny among the stars.
Alright, there's no more stuff here. I think I got the clue from here. Did I not pick up the clue? Was that over here or was that over there? Just watching your Argenta vid. I really like making her twin pistol militant with the new update. Could twin pistol with flame pistol work? Well, anything can work, but it'll be very weak. Flame pistols are not strong and they're very short range, but you can make it work, but you'll still want something else in her secondary. Even just a regular bolter with the dual flame pistols would be usable, be pretty usable. Unfortunately, bolt pistols aren't good. Like, having dual bolt pistols would be really fun. It's just they're all low ammo count, so you can't even really get rapid firing on there. Would you say there's enough heavy gunner items for both a heavy gunner, rogue trader, and Argenta? Yes, if you make your rogue trader heavy stubber and Argenta heavy bolter. So that way they don't overlap on the same weapons. But they both want compensator gloves is the one issue. You there, you here, you there, you here.
Battlefields are always drowned in scarlet. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. If I may.
I might give A-Blood the buff just because these
Isn't this a
enemies
job
are
for the
obviously right
stars?
on him. Right, then let's move you back a little
I
bit.
have read tomes of military tactics.
So I can shoot these guys, and then I can pop on live bait onto A-Blood. I forgot to put down this.
Do not dare ask.
A-Blood or Heinrich's 1.5. Well, for early game tanking, A-Blood's better. For late game tanking, Heinrich's is better.
Doubt is for
So
the
it really depends on what you need them to do and when. But late game, Heinrich's is always going to be stronger than A-Blood. No matter what you try to do, Heinrich's being a psycho is always going to be stronger. But that doesn't mean there's not a lot of fun things that you can do with A-Blood.
I'll do it. Faith. Strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Not going to hit from that angle.
Rejoice in battle.
Or that one, apparently. What the hell is that movement?
May the divine's will be done.
Okay.
Rejoice in service. Action Actions will speak louder than words.
Doubt is for the weak. I'll do it.
I generally thought that would kill him. I haven't given A-Blood any temp wounds, so yeah, shooting him would not be a smart idea, because it would do a shit ton of damage. This is overpen, that's dodge reduction. 58, 45, 45.
My enemies shall be crushed like dust beneath my feet.
Eagle.
Crippled in body and corrupt in mind.
Because I've got speed mode on, you don't really see the swoop, but yeah, the eagle's swooping down and it's what's taking them out.
Trust me.
I saw the new plasma's got a buff. Did we get a new melter? Nope, absolutely nothing for melters.
I shall not fail. Trust me. The shadows will see it done.
So many items that need duplicates certain people. Yeah, that does kind of suck. I do love that Buffer Heinrichs showcase in one of the recent videos. Yeah, that'll be the one I show off for him soon.
At your beck and call. It will be done.
Love Centaurian voice. Right, so we want to do this and aim it so we don't hit Argenta.
Someone else.
Oh no, it doesn't want to let us aim it so we don't hit Argenta. Cool, 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 cool.
Indeed. I will do my target well struck. At your beck and call. Follow my lead.
Eagled shield best. Funny. Alright, make sure this one does. Get lightninged. Okay, do we have line of sight on anyone? Oh, you. Get eagled. Okay, Cassio.
Step aside. The navigator is coming. I am a navigator, not a
Right,
servant.
now we should be able to do our AoE hit just fine. Ah, he's just slightly too far. Yeah, that is the one problem. It's the range when you don't have the big thunder hammer. But we'll build to it. So the National Bird of the Holy Place of Terror. Yeah, it's pretty good. I played a little bit of Lex Pyrrhus, haven't got the time. How is the shield plus pistol build? It's okay, but you can make a shotgun shield build with the arbitrator stuff, which is pretty fun.
That is foolishness. Me.
That will lower its stats.
Shields me.
Okay, Argentor.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. As the Empire was chosen.
Nice.
Faith without deeds is worthless. Doubt is the weak.
Ooh, okay, so we can give off a heroic tact here, but where do we want to really put that?
And so shall it be done. The Emperor commands. And so it shall be done.
Flame whispers your name.
It might be better to use her heroic act, actually.
Whispers his will.
Yeah, 'cause that gets our damage up.
I am your blade and shield. Caught by the web.
Oh, no.
Trust me. As honor ordains.
Oh, dodged.
Trust me.
Ah, he is really not wanting to die, are they?
Shadows will see death is
There
a
we go.
blessing.
And then we get back into cover. Then we don't need to worry that we just lost all of that dodge, because they can't see us, they can't shoot us.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Yep, that'll do there. If you are predict 2 upcoming companions, DLC 3 and 4, what would they be? So, there are some options. Most likely a heretic, because you're going to be exploring Trajan's tombs, and I feel like that Mechanicus crossover could be quite fun. But they might not want to do that, so maybe you get someone that you meet that Trajan's captured, so that could be literally anything. I did say having him possess like a Necron body and he travels with you would be, as an observer, would be fun, but I don't think that would happen. But giving Nomos a servitor body that you slowly upgrade would be pretty cool. And then it could be sort of like an ED upgrade if you played Mass Effect.
Trust me. Death comes in silence.
Well, this is risky. I'm just hammering my health trying to get in close. Well, I ran out of people to use to get there.
As the tenants demand.
Yeah. Okay, that was silly. We'll just put it back into cover.
Pain and duty go hand in hand. It will be done. Indeed. Once to a target, it will be done.
Let's start moving. Can we move A-Blood anywhere?
At your
back
beck
here.
and call.
But yeah, for DLC 4, oops, Toxin, I should have probably healed her. But yes, for DLC 4, I reckon, because it's going to be the damned ships, isn't it? So potentially we could get anything again. An Orc freebooter or a Kroot would be pretty fun, but they're not guaranteed for sure. Cool. Oh, did that really only turn 3? I was definitely slacking though.
Be careful not to cross my gaze. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I'll paint your death in colors.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
Nice double hit.
Victory is imminent. An exemplary
Another
strike.
nice double hit.
It will be done. At your beck and call.
Just a little bit of extra push damage, you know. Probably should have put that there. That would have probably allowed me to win that. As for you,
My service is at the fore. I will not be deterred. I took care of this
cool.
one.
Trazen the Infinite. Yes, Trazen is such a cool character, so I do look forward to seeing him. Dude, Argenta got bullied so badly in that poison, I really should have moved her. We've got the Pack of Regents, which is going to be pretty good for Cabela. Though I do want to keep the Armor Pen Cloak for now. This is also where you get the Imperial Pride, which is pretty much the bolter you're going to be using until you swap to the Heavy Bolter with Cabela. Not Cabela, Argenta. Which is a gold-plated one, in fact. Yeah, look at that. But yeah, its effect is pretty cool as well. Damage against Xenos, Psychers, and Servant of Chaos increased by +4. I just picked up the game. Would you say I should go generic noble route, like all guides say? Well, noble doesn't really technically add anything to any build. Like, it's good for roleplay, but for build-wise, it doesn't give you anything. But I feel like noble is one of the intended sort of archetype plays, because you definitely get a lot of it. But honestly, it's not what I would pick. For my first one, I went Psyker, and that was a lot of fun. But Navy Officer is going to be very good. Priest is going to be very good. Depending on the build, Crime Lord as well. But Priest Soldier, if you build into Bolters and Flamers, fantastic. Or just Blade Dancer or even Warrior as a Navy Officer is really, really strong. Especially with access to shields. Yeah. Oh, or Psych or anything. I missed more than an hour. New. What was I? Was popping this here. But yeah, I don't know why a guide would say to go Noble, because Noble technically doesn't add anything. It's got some good story, but like even Commissar. So officer commissar or officer Astra Militarum commander, you're going to have a much better run than an officer noble. That's for sure. Actually, yeah, Astra Militarum commander. Go with that officer for your first run. Oh my god, scared the shit out of me.
I was in the phone. My bad. Got called by family. Little sister was at the tooth man. Had to pull some teeth.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this quest is very easy to get past the blockade. You just go announce your arrival in footfall, and then you tell them to open it, and they do. Alternatively, you need to send them supplies from Janus. Riven, could you tell me how you begin in Act 2? Do you go directly to Janus? Well, first, I make sure to clear all of Footfall, and then I do the quarantine zone of Footfall. And then you can go to Dargonis, but you can't rush... yes, each origin has some unique story stuff. You
What
can
did you
go
call
to...
the guy?
What did I call who?
Janus?
Janus is a planet. It's one of the first quest worlds in Act 2. Janus?
Janus.
Janus.
Take away the J.
Janus or... No.
That's why I was so confused.
Dude, your first name's a slur in my language. Shush.
That is also true.
I can get banned on Twitch for saying your name, so let's not get into the words that sound weird. If you announce your arrival, you can't get the inheritance. Yes, you can. If anything, that's the easiest way to get the inheritances, to announce your arrival. What would you say is the best, most fun road trader build utilizing power armor? Heavy bolter, so improved heavy bolter gunner with power armor is very good because you can obviously get 1 AP burst fires. But the new with the new ones, obviously warrior charge is incredibly powerful with the invincible onslaught, but it comes quite late. But any melee build can benefit from the adherent of mankind that you get in Act 3, so it's very useful for any warrior or blade dance build, or just any build in general, because it's plus 10 to all stats. Yeah, you basically just tell them, like, I'm the road trader, this mine, and then you take the inheritance that way. But you can't get the knuckle dusters. You can only get the knuckle dusters if you go incognito. But you can get the adaptive gauntlets instead.
My origin is Fortress World.
That's
for my soldier guy.
Yeah, that's really good for shooty guys. What origin you've gone with? Because that's your home world.
Now we need to find the homeworld thing in this.
So homeworld is Fortress. What's your origin?
I need to find it. I don't know where to see that yet.
It's the one you made.
Yeah, no, but I need to, like, I'm looking at the features right now in the active ability and talents, and in the origin talents I have Fortress World, but I don't know where to find that setting. Okay,
so in talents, what talents do you have in origin talents?
Okay, let's see. Never Stop Shooting, Arbitrator, Shadow of Torment.
Wait. Go back one.
Arbitrator?
That.
That's the thing.
Yeah, that's your origin. Did you go Vigilant, Castigator, or Subductor?
For where?
It should say...
I have in origin talents.
Yeah.
I have Vigilant, and then Swift Justice, and Fulminating Shooting.
Okay, so you went you went Vigilant. That's the shotgun arbitrator origin, and
no,
never stop shooting is good. Yeah, so you can turn willpower into stacks to keep going. Just remember, burst is for rapid fire, and area is for shotguns. They are not the same, and their effects don't overlap.
That's lame.
So if your thing says for each burst fire you make, you gain X, that will not count for shotguns.
That's sad.
Okay. But it just means that the rapid fire talent doesn't apply to shotguns, and the concentrated fire doesn't apply to burst guns. Thanks for explaining. I thought you could only get profit factor by arriving at incognito. Oh, no. If you announce yourself. So basically, incognito or not basically determines if you'll get the knuckle dusters or if you'll get the adaptive gauntlets. That's what that decision actually changes. So as you can see, basically you can demand compensation by announcing yourself, and you can get 10 weapon skill and parry by 10% on the adaptive gloves.
Earlier you asked me about the swashbuckler.
Yes.
I see that your portrait, the guy has a swashbuckler, kinda.
Rapier.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Are you trying to make?
a swashbuckler is something else. But
Are,
no,
are
here's
you trying
rapier.
to make Nyanta?
No, he's a commissar. I shoot
He's
my
not.
teammates for the morale of my other teammates.
But Nyanta from oh, what's that anime called again?
The cat guy.
The cat guy, yeah.
Do I look like a cat?
No, but you could.
But you could. No, that's not. That's not what I'm doing. But
That'd be fun.
but yeah, rapier stuff you can do some fun little things with.
What is your favorite weapon to use? I'm not saying the best. I'm saying your favorite, Riven.
Bolters, because of the sound they make. They're so chunky, you know. Oh, that's a point. I can get the one of the. There's a puzzle here that I just didn't do that I can go complete. So, how do you begin Act 2 after Footfall? Normally, I fly around collecting loads of EXP by scanning planets and then selling that for profit factor to the explorators. And then by doing that, I can buy loads of guns from the shop earlier to have better gear early. And then I'll be a slightly higher level before I touch down any worlds. Because you can actually, without going to a single quest world, you can be level 21 rather than level 18. So that's one way to cheese that a little bit, and that's the way it's one of the easiest routes through Unfair is just scan everywhere. It takes longer, but you're just stronger, so the combat's a little bit easier. You sort of outscale the toughness of the encounters. That's the point. There is a quest there. What happened to this quest?
I don't know.
No, that's Companion's quest. Study 10 planets.
Also, dumb question.
Yeah.
Is there like customization, like you have one armor type, but you want to look different? Is that in the game?
No.
Big sad.
You can hide armors that you don't like the look of. So say you put some armor on and it doesn't look as good, then you can swap something else.
Hey, my lame helmet looks sick. What you mean?
Hmm?
Like, but I hope they add that at some point.
Yeah, transmog is what you.
Yeah,
you're
transmog. Yeah, because let's say I am using a light armor build for my guy, but I do like the look of a heavy armor. I want to still be able to transmog into the heavy, but still use the light.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think that's silly. I know loads of people like that, but I think that ruins the immersion for me. But if other people want to use it, then they should be able to. There's mods to do that, where you can have any look of any item in the game from like the get-go, and you can just change it on the fly.
Oh no, I don't want it from the get-go. I want it from when I have it.
With each step,
It's like if I pick up some
Yeah,
piece of armor.
you want to have any stat on any item, sort of thing. It's
Not
no, for the
stat.
appearance, for the appearance.
Yeah. When I pick it up, like if I haven't seen it, I don't have it.
So basically, what you're saying is you want to have the best gear, but you don't want to wear the pink tutu like we had to do in the other game.
Yeah, that was so lame.
All right, something has bugged out here. I've lost a quest line.
Like for me, the power fantasy as well is to look sick.
Yeah, I've
Okay.
straight up had a quest bug.
Get quest bugged.
So there's a footfall thing that I was doing that seems to have bugged out. Alright, I'm going to have to quickly look into the quest sections here. But one of the quests I was doing has disappeared, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't see it. Let's unhide completed. New blood machine, the guide, looking for trouble. Nope. The scream, secret. Nope. 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 No. I can't find the quest that I was just doing. The shadow cores and post-hospital placed on the quarantine. No, we fixed that. Ah, what is the name of it? I might have to reload just to find the name of the quest. But yeah, I've definitely had a bug here where I was doing the little... So the quest I was following was finding all the little caches on Football. Football Great Cathedral was never built. A turret that was owned by the Colossal Dome. Oh! No. Okay, it's still in the atrium. Okay, it hasn't bugged out. It's just I lost the marker for it. I know where I have to go. The fetch quest from the Amsecus, that's what I'm doing. But I couldn't find it in my log anymore, so I couldn't work out what was going on with that. But I know where it wants me to go. It wants me to go to the atrium.
What? You don't know everything in the game?
Yes, no. Funny enough, I do. I just lost the name of the quest in my tooltip. And I was like, oh, I don't know where to go. But luckily, I know the exact order of the puzzle, so I'm just going to go to the next step in the puzzle.
Nice.
Because I was trying. Because sometimes if the quests bug out or fail, you can use Toybox, which is a cheat tool that the devs actually themselves recommend that you use. That can fix it. Like when I bricked my save before, the devs actually used the cheat tool to unbrick it for me.
Nice.
And I was like, wait, so you don't have a way to fix it yourself? You had to use what a modder made for you. And they're like, shush.
I plead the fifth. Is that a thing?
But
Can I do that?
So, yeah, now I need to go to the Alpha Dock. Okay. Dreams and Stories. That was the name of the quest. Fuck! But yeah, it's back in my log now. So if I go back to my quest, Dreams and Stories now appears. And it definitely... If anyone saw that there and I was just blind, feel free to make fun of me. But I could not see that.
I'm going to go back into the stream and make fun of you.
I think it was moved to errands. It's in chapter 2. Or maybe it slipped into errands or just disappeared whilst I was doing that step. I don't know. It's a pretty 1.5 talents
to make the game harder.
Yeah. Yeah, the companion base build updates only take part if you haven't already recruited the companion, because they're separate versions of the file. So they have the old version and the new version, and depending on if you collect them on 1.4 or 1.5, depends which one you have. So you can't respec them. But
I like when... Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I like when the devs actually want you or recommend to use mods here and there, and is open for the community to mod for their game.
Yeah. Well, their game's really hard to mod because their code's so complicated. It's so spaghetti.
But there are some insane people out there.
Yeah, there are. There's a chap called ADDB who makes Toybox, and he's done the Shearing Strikes fix and a bunch of other stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, the quest bugged down, it disappeared, but we got it back.
Like, I don't like when people mod in armor that is just obviously overpowered AF.
Yeah.
But, like, transmogs? To look different, that for me is sick.
Okay, so hot take. I don't mind if you transmog a light to a light, but I hate the idea of a light being made to look like a heavy.
Okay, fair. I can go behind that. If I'm choosing to go light, I can go from light to light. If I choose medium, medium to medium,
Yeah.
so on and so forth. That is a-okay if they have limitations for it.
Now,
Because
I don't have a good
obviously-
argument against it, so it's just
No, like,
that's
the
just my
argument-
vibe.
The argument could be like to be able. I'm assuming here because I don't know. I think to be able to use heavy armor, you need to have the perk heavy armor.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, sick. So if you have the perk active heavy armor, you can now transmog into heavy armor stuff that you find.
Yeah. Oh, no, the devs are aware of the Shearing Strikes mod, because I was complaining all the way through testing 1.5. They hadn't fixed it, and I was linking them the mod of the guy that had fixed it and be like, why can't you do this? So
Do this, please.
Yep. Playing Owlcats games on launch without toy box is for the strong-willed, yes. My very, 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 very first run, in Act 5, there's an unfinished world that if you forget to click a body that you can't highlight, and you go to the next point in the quest, it bricks your save, and you can't continue the game.
Is it still in the game?
No, they fixed it in 1.5. They fixed it last Wednesday. Dude, it's been in the game like that for 2 years. They fixed it last Wednesday.
Because I was about to say I can't wait to brick my save.
And you have no reason to know that you had to click that. I just once saw it on a guide when I was looking for something completely different, and it just stuck in my head. And then when I did the Grim Dark challenge, I did it on purpose to make a point. I was like, devs, brick my save, you game fucked. And then they actually had to go in and edit my save file with a save edit tool and unbrick it. And I was like, well, they know the bug exists now if they had to do that.
That's why you're basically a live playtester.
Yeah, basically.
But like every time, like every game that we touch, or any game we touch, we are 100% every gamer is going to do something that's wrong.
Yep. To be fair, the devs, so when I was asking about optimization, the devs essentially told me I play the game wrong, because they said no one like min-maxes and breaks the game that you do, so we can't balance it around you. And this is what they told me in 1.4, and I went, I'm not min-maxing, and that's why all my 1.5 builds are min-max. I wanted to prove a point. This is what min-maxing looks like. Because
I'm just making it good.
Yeah, there were a lot of really strong strategies that I would sometimes use, but I wouldn't bake into my builds. So stuff like Ionite Grenades, I use them, but that's a consumable that you have to know that you need to build and you need to add them in. It's not baked into the build, so people following my builds didn't have that. So now I've put Destroyer in all my melee builds, so now you have that effect built into the builds by default. You don't even need to do anything extra, you just do it per melee. So and it increases your damage by about 10 times. So with Degrade Defense and Destroyer, compared to just with Degrade Defense, you'll do 200 damage on a hit. With Degrade Defense, you'll do 2000 damage on that hit with Destroyer on top. So it's literally because it's an armor strip passive. Armor strip in this game is really strong. It rapidly increases your damage. Like dropping an enemy's armor by 10% isn't a 10% damage increase. It's way more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another point then. I know that there are fire that people can burn and whatnot, and they get a burn stack.
Yep.
If someone has a status of some things,
yep,
can your attacks do double damage for?
So there is a perk for a certain weapon type that each dot increases your damage by 20%, but there's also an entire archetype based around that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is called Executioner. Its whole gimmick is applying dots and then more damage for more dots. And it works melee and range, but to do range you need items, whereas melee's on by default.
Yeah.
And there's ways that you can mix that in with Psycho or alien weapons that add Toxin on damage. And there's also a Conviction that adds that with Dogmatic too.
Because I remember...
So, Reverend, I'm pretty sure it's a terrible idea, but does Melee Pascal hold up in Unfair? Only with 3 dedicated buffers. He has no talents for it, but if you stack enough buffs, it will work. I wonder if they said the same to CRPG Bro as well. No idea. He is active and testing things, because he's been very active sharing off what he's been testing on the partner program, so hopefully videos coming soon from him. Alka, yep. See, thank you for bringing up Shearing Strikes. Yeah, dude, I bring it up every single time. Pretty sure the quest disappears. Yep. Useful tools available. Yep. Cool. Don't think I missed any questions. Yeah. Sorry, Stinky, as you were saying.
I think I forgot it.
My bad.
No, it's okay. I don't think it was important at all. It was more about like the dots and oh yeah, now I remember actually. In the one thing that I remember in the game was that some not builds, or like I think it was one of the NPCs where you needed to be X amount of squares away to do 40% more damage, while other characters can just go and smack him and do 40% more damage.
Yep, that's operative. Yep.
Yeah,
and it's 15%. Like there's 50%. Like there's a talent on Soldier that if you're in full cover, you just do more damage. It was 20%, but I think it's now 10%. I can check, but it's just by default they just do more for doing that. But then operative is you need to be 7 cells away and you need them to have an exploit, and exploits only apply on your main turn, not on extra turns. I'm like, why the fuck does he have so many requirements? It's like, okay, say I need to armor strip. If you remove enemy's armor, it removes all the exploits. By removing all the exploits, you remove your damage talent. So in order to do damage, I've had to remove their armor, but now I've lost my damage talents. Like, why do they hate this archetype? Whereas then you got like Blade Dancer, it's like, oh yeah, if you do good, you do better. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, you do good, you do better. Oh, okay.
Like, I'm so sad because like I wanted to be an operative. I remember I think the first character that I used was an operative because I liked the idea.
Same.
And
Boy, was that disappointing.
and I'm like, no, why? I want you to be
Question,
cool.
does melting armor talent apply to ranged attacks or pyromancer stuff? Yes, it even applies to guns. It applies to all damage that the Psyker does. Oh, did I not go here?
Also, priest, pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very good with bolt rifles, so you have to take an exotic proficiency, and flamers, so you have to take an exotic proficiency. But you can also use shotguns early until you get a little bit further. But arbitrators sort of the Judge Dredd motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And they use shotguns, so they're pretty good. Or they can use melee builds with shields and hammers and stuff. We can't even do the tactical knowledge burst fire anymore. Yeah, just...
There was one question you missed, I think.
Oh, what was that? Revan, considering peak physique, is it worth to get finesse as an executioner? Yes, because the reason you get finesse is from the second you get finesse until you get peak condition, you're going to be doing that. And the thing is, finesse is always on and will be giving you extra stuff, and peak condition tends to come a bit late, so you still want to have finesse early, and it can be, especially as a blade dancer, as your strength lowers, it will eventually drop below your agility, and this just stops you continuously losing damage. But yeah, it's online for so much. Like if I look at my Cabela build here, so Cabela,
You just got a $5 question.
Oh, thank you. I will get to that. But yeah, if you look at Cabela, I pick up finesse level 30, and I don't get peak condition to level 54. So that's like most of the game until I get the other one. So yeah. For $5, I wanted to make a melee beat stick that wasn't rock sword. Could I do that around Commissar, or should I work around your Abe build? So Commissar is based on pistols and obviously shooting allies. But if you wanted to make a melee beat stick build, Navy officers very good for that. Priest can also be very good for that, but you tend to go swords. Noble you could do. It doesn't benefit anything, but you get Noble has the most like role play in the game, even though its origin has the least that it does. Crime Lord is incredibly good for all weapon skill builds. So if you want to do melee, Crime Lord will do anything, no matter what you want to do. Arbitrator is the beat stick build. It has special talents that make your beat sticks more beatier. It's the stop resisting build. Thup, thup, thup. All psychers will be good for that. I've got a shield and axe build. You can just drop the shield stuff and you can just go into 2 weapons, and you can have a really big thunder hammer or a bone breaker. And yeah, more psyker stuff. But yeah, that's the best way to go for that. You can even go Astro Militarum Commander and own melee build and just stack Fellowship to get some buffs in there. Does the melting armor strip happen on a per hit on the Pyro Staff, or does it happen all at once per burst? I think it's per hit, because degraded defense will actually stack up your damage on each bullet coming in. I think melting armor does the same. Hope the next character they add is either operative or warrior, because we've got so few soldiers. We do have a lot of warriors and operatives, so we need more. They might even put in a new origin. Sorry, near 2-1 instead of a new origin.
Also, for the unknowing, what is a beat stick?
It's just a stick you hit things with.
Nice.
It's essentially a stick of beating.
Nice.
Unless there's a specific CRPG term that I'm not aware of.
Maybe I should get a beat stick in my game.
You're playing shotgun build, so you don't really need to worry about that. But you can give Abelard a big 2-handed thunder hammer.
Oh, I can make Thor.
Yeah. Well, the space Viking from the Space Wolves actually can get a big Thor-like hammer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is he called Mjolnir?
Yeah, it's Mjolnir. Remember I sent you the weird spelling of it, and I was like, is that correct? You went, no. Yeah, that's it.
I remember.
Yeah,
that is funny. I like that.
These rumors about Lord Captain Theodora.
Never trust demons. Never associate with chaos. It's always lies. Do I have items on everyone, or did I use one? Yes, I did use your stim. I just always double check. Ah! Aha, Kibella, you did before. I wanted you to have a grenade, I believe, and you didn't have one.
Someone I trained in Valorant right now finally got out of the rank that they've been trying to get out of for like a year.
Oh, damn.
Just with some few tips that I gave.
Nice. And think, if you could learn to play as part of a team rather than trying to solo, you could also get out of Diamond.
What did you say? I'm deaf?
Need me it. So yeah, if I quickly, I think I can show you it. I think I've got a screenshot of Ulfar's Thunderhound.
Like I said that to Clenny today. Actually, he told me something. He wrote it to me, and I said, "Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it." And I'm like, "Dude, I wrote it to you," and I'm like, "Yeah, sorry, didn't hear it."
Ah, here it is. Yeah, so as you can see, they've spelled it Mjodlner. Mjolnir.
That is hilarious.
It's also meant to
Hero
be
Waffle,
Mjolnir.
thank you for subscribing to the YouTube.
Ah, thank you, Hero Waffle. Just out of curiosity, what's your favorite build at the moment? It's either Blade Dancer, Navy Officer, or Priest Soldier because of the Bolter upgrade. But like my favorite build of all time is still going to be Warrior Pyromancer, just because that was like one of my first main ones. Same with Soldier Pyromancer because of Lena's Slayer build.
Another dumb question that people in the chat 100% know, but I don't know. What god do they look up to when you're a priest? Is it the big dude, the big yellow...
The Emperor.
Gold... The Emperor, yeah? Yeah,
so the cult of the Imperial cult is basically based around the Emperor of Mankind, who is a figure who appeared 10,000 years ago in the setting, who unified the human race and then started rapidly expanding and taking over the universe. And he created genetic super soldiers called the Astartes, the Emperor's Angels. But his goal was to eliminate all worship of religion because it was creating demons and chaos entities in the afterlife, which was all fucked up because of the Aldari space sex cult that ruined the heavens years and years ago. And there was a big war that happened because of it. Oh, wait. And then basically he unified humans, and then one of his sons betrayed him and he died, and he ended up getting put onto a magical golden throne, which slowly drains his warp power. Some people believe if he wasn't on the throne he would actually regenerate and be back to normal. Other people believe that that's what's keeping him alive, but there's conflicting accounts about how it all works. But basically, what we do know is the Emperor being on the Golden Throne is what allows ships to travel through the warp safely. And so without it, humans would lose basically all space travel. But there's a whole bunch of issues that come with it. But humans started worshipping him like a god. And because belief and psychic powers exist in the Warhammer universe, what people believe slowly becomes true. So the worship of the Emperor is actually slowly turning him into a chaos demon, which is one of the chaos entities and one of the chaos gods. So he might become a chaos entity more powerful and more evil than all the others because of all of humanity's worshipping him.
No, he's correct.
But with the 2 DLCs, there's exactly 3 soldiers pre-order, Argenta, Solomon, and Ulfar. Unfortunately, Solomon is locked to shotguns and Ulfar is equipment limited. Oh yeah. I'm thinking of either a Navy Officer Breach build or doing a Warrior Commissar with Faux Hammer and Revolver. Both are quite fun. Hello, just want to thank you for the videos and the spreadsheet. Thanks a lot. It helps so much. No, I'm glad. I started making them because I wish I had that when I started learning the game. Distinky just implied that there might be any other god than the Emperor. He doesn't know.
My bad, man. My bad. There is no other god.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Everything went well until Erebus happened. Fuck Erebus. Fuck Magnus. Fuck Erebus. Safely, look. Because
do you know what I want in Rogue Trader?
Yeah.
I want to be able to have a Necron on my team.
That's what the next DLC might involve.
Ooh!
Yeah.
I'm going to buy the next DLC as well.
Season Pass 2, yeah. Dang.
I have everything in the game, by the way,
Alright,
except the pre-order bonus. Being sad, so mad.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
where's the Grenadier?
And I have a total of
You.
10 hours in the game.
I need you dead. Oh, I fucked up. Ah, damn it. I pressed the wrong button. I fucked up. Whoops.
I will bathe
Alright, we're getting
myself
grenaded.
in your righteous
Good luck, everybody.
I'm offending your people, Revan. I'm sorry.
Oh, there's so many people. Like, some people hate the Emperor. They call him the Corpse Emperor, which is normally the evil Chaos worshippers.
Here it was the Necron, my Necron comment.
Oh, yeah, dude, Necrons just want to exterminate all life in the universe. Unless it's
What would have been
specifically, unless it's specifically Trajan, there is no such thing as a nice Necron. And Trajan's not nice either. He got bored of being infinite, and he thinks humans are fun to collect, like fucking Pokemon or something.
I love that.
Yeah, dude, he's so cool.
He plays Pokemon Go in.
Yeah, he literally
game
captures entire world battles. So, like, he's frozen a moment in time, and he puts it into his library.
That is hilarious. I love that.
Oh, I accidentally just used that on myself.
I accidentally exploded the Cycle Lady again.
Yeah, she'll do that.
At your beck and call.
Steve? Who is Steve?
A tactically sound approach.
Steve, what? Can we have Steve
Steve
as a companion DLC free? Steve, I don't think that's anything. I think you might be talking about Minecraft.
Oh, Minecraft Steve.
It will be done.
Or I want at least. Well, I don't know. Is there a Necron battle you can fight? You fight against a Necron in the game?
The entirety of Act 5.
Nice.
by faith.
So,
At
yeah.
least I have some Necrons in my game.
Yeah, unfortunately, current Necrons in game is tech blighted Necrons, so they're not representative of the Necrons really well.
Rejoice.
But hopefully, the next DLC will buff them significantly.
The Emperor commands. Actions will.
Alright, took out the Grenadier.
I am your blade and shield.
Sometimes I do just be clicking things randomly, and then I just like, why did I make this move? That was a whoopsie daisy.
I think Owlcat should make a difficulty just for you, man.
Well, hopefully, because one of the developers did. Well, I say developers. One of the community managers has talked about them possibly doing a extra challenging difficulty mode called Brutal Mode, which is very similar to Honor Mode in Baldur's Gate 3. And
Nice.
that he's floated the idea of getting that put in. He just needs to convince the actual tech developers to do it.
I think it would be cool just to add, like, if you die, it's over.
They've already got that. It's Grim Dark mode. It's an Iron Man mode. I got one. I got the achievement, and I got the fast bow times when they did that tournament. I came second by 4 minutes when I did the run blind, and it's because I watched the bath scenes of every companion's right before the final boss. I was like, okay, before we go to the final boss, we need to have a bath with each companion. And I got the achievement for doing all the bath scenes on the live run for this speed run competition, and then I came second because of it.
That's hilarious.
But to be fair, I didn't deserve to win that. Like, so I went in with my Blade Dance Pyromancer build that can solo the game, and playing with a party, I could win every combat in about 30 seconds. And because of that, naturally, I did way better in just pure combat time than anyone else, because a lot of people were playing like officer build, so it would take them 9 minutes per combat. So even doing the speedrun blind, trying to work out how to do every quest, I still came second by 4 minutes. Like, if I'd won that, I would have robbed the person who had actually put in all the effort to learn how to do everything. So no, I was actually like, I was completely fine with the fact that I didn't win because I didn't deserve to win, in all honesty.
I remember you said that. Oh, I'm able to join this thing. That's sick.
Yeah, I was just happy to be there.
Yeah, that's what I remember. He was like, oh, the thing starts now. I have to do the thing. I'm like, cool. See you later.
To death.
Oh shit,
Chose this one?
who exploded? Oh,
Me.
Idra, fuck Idra.
Dude, she always explodes, man.
Oh yeah, this was an enemy exploded her.
But the Emperor will be undone. Doubt is for the weak.
Can we do
Abelard has
this?
the Abelard. Sorry, has a cool shield.
The
Yeah.
Emperor's judgment. As the Emperor commands,
I shall
act.
endure everything with unshakable faith. And so shall it be done. Rejoice in service. It will be done. Victory is imminent.
Right,
Higher but a
let's
vessel
get bashing.
for the higher purpose. It will one fewer task.
Right, we got some of these little demony things down. I really wasted his initiative there, so I am actually going to use that to get to the next guy.
Follow my lead. At your beck and call. It will be done. Indeed. Target well struck.
Right, build up some really good versatility actually. And we'll set him to parry this guy. Oh, I'm out of range.
I will not be deterred.
It's fine.
Start battle.
Taught you to fight like this.
Okay, we can move this up here.
If you insist, Lord Captain.
Start buffing up Abelard and we can finish off this purple horror.
Isn't this a
Another
job
little
for the
demon
serfs?
enemy.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I will do my duty. Victory.
I'm in darkness.
Grey hair, sure hair.
Oh my god, how have I not killed this guy?
That is foolish.
Just posting it out that Orlon is the third other companion. Oh yeah, Orlon is pretty terrible though. He comes with no items. It's infuriating.
Footprints of Scarlet.
Yeah.
As the tenets demand.
Indeed, I took care of this one.
Cool.
It will be done.
Right, we've almost won this encounter. Sorry, these were not optimal clicks at all.
Sacrifice for the Imperium. God Emperor, move
I'm actually going to start gunning down my own teammates just to finish the encounter.
Ours is dead.
I'm not killing off Idra because I want her questline to get items later. Yep. Cool. Yes, I killed my officer on that final burst of Argenta because I knew I could finish the combat, so I didn't care about the injuries. Also, Guardian Crown, absolute fantastic item for Abelard. So they added this in 1.4, I think. Plus 10 toughness, and once per combat, when you die, you come back with 3 times toughness wounds. It's very, 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 very powerful item. Oh, obviously we got Idra's Warp Conductor gloves, which are very useful because they can stack psi rating. It'd be nice if Heretic Convictions receives some love at some point. The actual run for Heretic is quite good. If it's got its own special cutscenes in Act 3 and its own special quest line. Heretic actually has the most content of any alignment. It's got the highest quest count in the game. But yeah, Aurelon needs gear. Like his Act 5 sucks. But Act 5 sucks in general. Act 5 is the worst part of the game because it just feels half-baked. I hope DLC 3 improves Act 4 and 5. Well, Act 4 is fine. A little bit more content would be nice, but Act 5 needs a lot of content. To be fair, Aurelon's a word bearer and they're the chumps compared to the other Legion. Yeah, they're the bitches of the 40k universe. They are not popular. That is indeed true. We can get some grenades. Nice. We can get the reload item, which is very useful. We can give that to Pascal. And we need to give them a few more little bits. So close. I don't want to give them fuel, though. Alright, so we got the item to improve his reloads, which is the Portative Manipulator. He definitely needs that because arc rifles, until you get his Skitarii armor, are very reload hungry. We got the Battle Psycho boots, yep. And we also got the Warp Conductor gloves. Anyone not using gloves? Tempted to take that from you, but I won't do it just yet. I really could start using my sniper rifle. I forget I even had that. In terms of straight up warp knowledge, they're second to only the Thousand Suns. Yeah, they do know quite well. Cool. Okay, so we're about to begin the big explory part of Act 2. I'll probably stop off at Dargonis VXP, go to Janus, do Phobos, and then finish up with Kiva whilst doing the side quest along the way. But because there is a lot to get through, I think this is actually going to be a good point to stop the stream, and we'll do it when I've got a little bit more time. I'll try to start stream a little bit earlier, but I want to have dinner and spend some time with my lady. So, end of stream, Commissar Act 2. But thank you all very much for stopping by. Everyone that's obviously liked, subscribed, commented, all that means a lot. And yeah, any questions, feel free to pop them onto videos and stuff. I'm probably going to... Oh my goodness, yes. I'll give you a little preview of a video that I am editing and recording at the moment. Because why not, seeing as you guys stopped in early. This does contain spoilers for Act 5. So if anyone doesn't want to see any of these Act 5 stuff, feel free to click off now. I'll give you a few moments before I start playing. But yeah, this is one of the ones I recorded earlier with the Navy officer. So after getting a question about Navy Officer Blade Dancer, I decided to look at it, and basically it confirmed a lot of assumptions I had made, but I hadn't bothered to test. And what those assumptions were is that, yes, it would be insanely OP, and it turns out, yes, in fact, it is insanely OP. So with that in mind, I wanted to show off just how ridiculous it is. So what I've done here is I've obviously just done the basic Cassian Navigator buffs, which you can see it adds quite a lot, and most of that is all coming because of Blade Dancer feeds a lot of self buffs into itself. And what I'm looking at here is Navy Officer on a Death World Blade Dancer trauma build. Now, I'm not even using the trauma aspects or facing the end, which can turbo juice my stats to way higher than what I'm showing off here. But the main interaction that I'm curious about is fleet combat training, because I had assumed that if you use Death from Above, that it would trigger fleet combat training, and it turns out yes it does, and in fact it is absolutely busted. So if I just set myself here with the basic stuff that we've got going on from Navy Officer, you can see that we're getting a lot of deflection coming in here. And if I just jump in between some of these enemies with obviously our Death from Above, you should notice that I'm going to hit after landing any crit, and any parry will also follow up here. So as you can see, bam, bam. So they both get hit by that. If I jump into a blade dance, you're going to notice some very extreme damages being done here. And more importantly, that yes, each death from above will also trigger these offhands and just be absolutely insane. Like, obviously, Kalsdor did not survive anything there. And this is based just on my initial turn. And because these follow-up offhands, they will actually, if they kill, they will build death from above charges. So if the offhand hits are the ones to hit there, yes, it will build up charges. And every natural strike will also follow up and do a offhand as well. So you're essentially always attacking twice. And as long as it's the offhand killing, you're just essentially channeling infinite death from above. So there's a lot that you can do with this, and it is just absolutely obscene. As you can see, I'm really building this up quite easily, and you still have obviously all your normal Blade Dancer abilities and all your ways to jump in and engage. So yeah, this is pretty insane. Now obviously we are looking at this from a late game perspective, but even then it's going to be just as effective to apply this at any other point in the game. So yeah, you're just going to be doing a lot. And even the debuffs that you'll be seeing from obviously using the over jumps of short of breath, they do cap out at 100% minus dodge, and you're going to be seeing short breath, even if it's minusing 85 from strength and pretty much the same from perception, it's not going to match out against all the other enhancements that you have. And essentially you're going to be very able to one turn most encounters solo. So I've even still got 2 more death from my bars. I can still do more jumps. I can even set up more things with Prevailed Blades, or I can just move back over and give myself another Fine Style turn, which will reset all of our attack economy and allow us to do a bunch of insanity. So if I just build up my movement here so I can get an off an attack, and these attacks will obviously then proc inertia boots, which gives us essentially infinite movement, and we just fly around the map just decimating any encounter because we've got ridiculous levels of movement and ways to just keep going and engage. Even now I can probably still get to this one last target, because how many charges of death from above do I have? I still got 5, so we can just fly in there. But yes, I put this build onto the spreadsheet. If you are interested, do give it a little go, because it is, once again, more ways to play the game, and it is a hilarious playstyle that you can even use with stuff like knockback, which will stack a lot of your damages and allow you to do a bunch of insane things. And being a Blade Dance Executioner, it has insane stats, has insane health. As you can see here, I've built up like over 400 temporary health. So yeah, shit hurts. Yeah, so yeah, Navy Officer, Death World, Blade Dancer, very, very strong. And that was without just obviously stacking up all my stats with the Trauma build, so you can put the Trauma build on top of that. So yeah, good stuff, good stuff. But anyway, as always, thanks for stopping by. I'll catch you all next stream, and I'll pick up where we were here, and we'll start going through some of my Act 2 route, and I will explain maybe some stuff about space combat. So if any guys have any questions about space combat, we go over that. Reverend, when are we getting? It's already on the spreadsheet. I put, before I cover anything in the video, it's all free. It's all free on the spreadsheet. Just go onto it. So if you go to where Navy officers are, and then you scroll all the way over, it's on there. It's the Blade Dance one. I design my content in a way that you never need to watch a video or a stream. You can just go to the spreadsheet and take it. But if you ever want to ask questions, come to a stream. And if you ever want to see guides on how to build it and play it and why I do things, that's what the videos are for. But yeah, Blade Dance Navy Officer is strong. It's probably, I don't know what I would say is the strongest version, because obviously Navy Officer Blade Dancer has really high attack economy, so it's going to do a lot with Executioner. Priest, obviously 1 turn highest damage, but that's 1 turn, whereas Navy Officer's always on. And then Psychers are fucking overpowered anyway, but it can struggle a little bit more in the early game than the Navy Officer or the Priest version. So yeah, there's definitely 3 different ways to play that. So, and there's probably even more. You could probably fuck around and find out some other things, because your offhand weapon doesn't need to be a sword, just your main hand. So I've even got a sword and shield build. So if you go down to my Arbitrator build, I've actually got a Blade Dancer that I've called the Shield Dancer, and this uses Blade Dancer and offhand shield with the Cyber Mastiff. So there's a lot of ways to play the game. But yep, I will see you all next time. And thanks for stopping by as always. Thanks for keeping the chats going and keeping it active. Because obviously at the end of the day, this is only here because you guys watch. But I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.